Holy shit. Welcome to the service, everyone. Welcome to the service. We got some beautiful music playing right now from a YouTube channel. I'll tell you about in a second, but this is the drip, rip, and dip. We're always coming up with new innovations, new ways of bringing the source energy to you, the dear viewer here on YouTube. So just check out some of these graphics. I'm going to step in the other room for a second, but I'm going to show you a couple of graphics. Listen to the music, groove out on the, look at the graphics, groove out on the music, see what it means to you. See what the different graphics mean to you. And also tell me if you can't hear me. Hold on, let me just check. What does the stream look like? Oh, there it is. There we are. And God is great. Oh my God, more drip. I love the graphics. Natasha Razor is here. We're gonna have some good rips. But yeah, like I said, come on in, listen to the music, check out the graphics. I'm gonna play with some graphics right now, actually. And we got a lot to talk about. Listen, that Governor Gavin Newsom's been a real sinner. He's been a real sinner. And listen, most Gurujis probably couldn't even do this, but I will publicly forgive him, even though he has sinned so greatly. But this mystery gas tax, we don't like it here at the Drip. I'll tell you that. We don't like it. We don't like it, and we're gonna, as a culture, as a community, we're gonna do something about it. So we have that. Ed Lachinsky's coming back today. I got some Ukraine topics I want to talk to him about. I want to talk some Ukraine topics, especially India going Russia. So this is a talk that has to be had with Ed Lachinsky. So he'll be coming on 2:33. And I got to show you the thing of this graphics company that I'm working with. This graphic made by Artie. And let me tell you, this is an incredible company out in, already have done work with Nas Daily. They've already been working with Nas Daily. So they've worked with Nas Daily. And now they're saying, BabaJi Shri, BabaJi Amish, we want to work with you. We want to work with you. And that's, of course, the ashram behind me. That's made by our own Ed Lachinsky. You all know that. But, these are some of the graphics they made for me. Look at this. This is like a source energy funnel. Not sure why it's going in a V shape, but that's fine too. Here's another one. Here's another one, but I can play with it. I have the controls. I can say greater, make it more energy, more drip. Give it more drip. It really is like an upward drip. If you think about it, that's how source energy works. It's like an upward drip. It's like a dripping you up towards God. Let's make it bigger. Yeah, that's what we want. A nice, dense energy vibration here. A nice, dense, loving kindness energy is pulsating through the community. Make it bigger, make it bigger, make it more dense. Not getting bigger, but yeah, it's not getting bigger anymore. I'm not sure what that is, but you know what else I can do? Bing, bang, God is great. Let's move it closer then. Oh, now it'll be bigger. And now it's coming right out of my head. So come on in. Like I said, it's 2:02. We got Ed Lachinsky coming in. We're going to do some rips on Gavin Newsom. And look, publicly, we're going to invite him too. He is, by the way, if anyone knows Gavin, let him know you are invited on the show. We would love to have you on the show and have a little talk, Gavin. Have a little talk about some of your sins, quite frankly. But I'll be right back in 1 second. Just check out the I'll be changing the graphics. Listen to the music. The music's pretty tight, actually. Eh? It's, you know who it is? It's future funk wave music, no copyrights on YouTube. I like it. Get funky with that, though. You'll notice that as you get funky with that music, it will increase your source energy. It'll increase that. So, yeah, get it. Yeah. Can y'all hear the music even though? Hold on. Lots going on here, people. A lot of stuff going on. No, why is it doing that? Oh, Google Chrome. This one's. Can you? So y'all can't hear that? Tell me if you can hear that. Gavin will come on the show if you have champagne and 19-year-olds. Uh-oh, Natasha Razor coming in with the rips. Coming in with the rips. Oh, this is one of the slides for my show, but also this is my bus. There you go. So also created by Ed Lachinsky. We can completely control this thing. We can drive it around. It actually should be spinning right now, but you know what? God is great, and that's fine too. That's fine. Boom. Boom. Lower it. Raise it. You've crushed the sign, foolish. That is the right. That's the right height, and that's the right height. I can't believe you. Yeah, get funky with it. Hey, listen to the music in your heart. BabaJi's gonna be back in 2 seconds. I gotta put on my. I think I'm gonna go orange today, with the hat even. I'm gonna go orange. But like I said, a lot of great topics. Urane's already here. Natasha Reyes is already here. A lot of people in the congregation are already filing in. And the energy's super high. So just sit tight. I'll be right back. A lot of great rips coming your way. God is great. You are loved. Let's get funky with it. Yeah. Moving over. Lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about today. A lot of topics, a lot of rips. A lot of rips, a lot of dips. And that makes a clip. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, but these are the graphics from RD.TV. This is a company because they saw my work as a meditation coach. They saw my certifications. They saw the writing awards. They said, we want to be in the Amish Patel business. RD.TV. Working with Nazieli, working with major companies. I honestly, at one point, I thought they were going to charge me money. I remember like weeks ago, they were talking about like, can we do a weekly meeting so we can keep working on new graphics and new stuff for you? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'm just like, listen, yeah, that sounds great. We're not really like the drip is, you know, we're on our way to making some money, but I can't really justify anything wild on the money side. And they said, no, Amish, you are an artist and we want to work with you. RDTV. They know when they see something that rips. They say they saw me, they saw that it rips. They said, we want to be in the Amish Patel business. And that's it. So they're making these graphics for me for my meditation show. And these are all very powerful graphics that are used in the meditation show. Behind me, you can see the ashram. Hold on a second. Let me turn that music down. I don't know if y'all can even hear that music, but you will in a second. Don't worry. This is my head. This was actually made by Ed. This was actually made by Ed Lachinsky too. Just like the background. I took the photo on my sister's phone. Bing, bang, bing, bang. Sent to Ed Lachinsky. Look at what he made. 3D graphic. And this is a very powerful in the meditation because a big part of what we teach in loving kindness in the Eastern methods is to just watch yourself. Be the watcher. You are watching yourself as if you're God. You're almost like becoming God and just watch yourself. Watch yourself like you're a little child of God. It's a big part of the practice. It's a big part of the practice. Watching your ego patterns too. Here, I guess they would call it like, you know what? They do that here too. They basically say like, okay, what's your negative habits? Write them down, you know, see what's tempting you, see what's causing whatever. But in meditation, they almost take it a step further and they say, take your bad habits. And they say, why is the ego making you play this game? And you watch it. And you can ask, say, if you're drinking too much chocolate, if you're fapping, I know a lot of gentlemen in the congregation today, they're here because they heard me talk about the benefits of NoFap. I've said it. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I haven't perused some YouTube NoFap coaches for guidance in the matter. Yes, of course. It's a very powerful drug today. Pornography I'm talking about. Anyway, in meditation, you just watch yourself. You can almost talk to yourself. Let's say this is my ego. I can talk and say, why do you watch the pornography? And the ego will, in the meditation, it will talk back. You know, and that's a big part of loving kindness. Because then you can go in there and say, oh, okay, so you think you're getting this thing out of it. See, here's the big difference between like a loving kindness approach and then a more like aggressive approach. And it is taught in Hinduism. You can do a more aggressive approach too. That's called Raj Yoga. But when you do this kind of yoga, the Bhakti yoga or the loving kindness yoga, you basically just say, and all techniques are valid and all techniques get you to God. But the loving kindness technique is to just like, instead of disciplining yourself, you say, noted. You just note it. You say, oh, you like to eat chocolate. Noted. You like to eat chocolate when it gets late and nobody wants to have sex with you. Noted. Just note it. Don't make a judgment. Don't make a judgment. You just look at it and say, why did you eat the chocolate? And then your ego says, well, nobody had sex with us, so I deserve a chocolate. Nobody wanted to have sex with us tonight. Everyone canceled. So I get to have a chocolate. Yay, yummy, yummy, chocolate in my mouth. Because the ego is a little baby like that. And then you don't judge it. In loving kindness, you don't judge it. You just say, noted. And just by noting it, here's what happens. This is the chakra energies. These energies. Hold on. These energies. Come on, Artie. I'm just kidding. This is great. This is my phone, actually. That's not on my phone. But if you look at these energies, they are like a healing, loving kindness energy. So just your awareness on things, it does an automatic fixing. And this is also proven by the Western scientists too. Without fighting with yourself, if you watch yourself, what happens is it's almost like little children. How they say you're supposed to raise little children. So if you got some children and they want to do a bad habit, it's like you can smack them. And I was shocked, actually. I know some cousins born and raised in America, my age, in America, and it's 50-50 over there. Half of them are like, how could you hit a child? And then half of them are like, yo, smack this dumbass kid. If he's not going to do what I say, I smack his dumb ass. I don't give a damn. Yeah. Born and raised here. Born and raised here. But again, there's Raj Yoga, and that's the more disciplined approach of meditation. That's the more disciplined meditation, Raj Yoga. That's where you do breath holds, jump in freezing water. Wim Hof, he's a Raj Yoga. He's only doing a Raj Yoga only. His techniques are all from the Hindus only. Yep. His techniques are all from the Hindus only. Wim Hof, I mean. Raj Yoga. And that's about discipline, suffering, hurt yourself, whatever. And honestly, you should do all of them. You should do all of them. But then don't ignore because the Bhakti Yoga, that's a very powerful approach. And that's where you watch and you just love it. You give it loving awareness. You just say, oh, baby, nobody wanted to have sex with you. Say, ate a chocolate, didn't you? Oh, that's okay. And then what happens is the next day, you don't feel like eating the chocolate because the awareness alone, these energy, this energy is actually Shakti. This is your life energy. And it's an automatic healing energy called the Tao. Some people call it the Tao. This is an automatic healing energy, and it's always in there. You can feel it in the body, in the tingles. It's always in there. It just automatically heals. When you see yourself doing something negative, it just gives it an automatic healing. It just gives it an automatic healing. What else do I got? Well, I mean, I've made this slide, but this is kind of like a 2D slide that's just gonna hold up. Let's see. This is like, look, I know some of you guys are going to look at this and you're going to say, okay, but like, is this science? Have respect, number one. Even your Baba Sam Harish Sam Harris, he is also using these techniques. Okay? So you better have respect. And don't ever say, oh, pseudoscience, this, that. Just cool it. I never said I can float. I never said I can fly. This is a very scientific approach to your feeling, your mental health. And it's a part of the Buddhist technique, though, is you're in meditation. You're always trying to go up to the higher levels. That is because that is your true nature. Not, you know what I mean? You're always trying to go up to higher levels and then fix your problems from the higher level. Still, you have to be a workaholic in these Eastern practices. You still ultimately become a workaholic, and you also discipline yourself, but in these other ways. Like the discipline is there. There's one Zen master actually that I heard about where he basically was a American guy, Peter Ralston, Zen master, powerful on the meditations, right? But because he knew that, like, see this energy, this is like basically like a loving kindness energy, this one, and it's in your body sensations, right? So Peter Ralston, he's a Zen master in, I think, California, probably California, typical, whatever. He's in California. Sounds great guy. Anyway, he gets a root canal, no drugs, no anesthetics, no needle. He gets the root canal because he basically is so powerful in his meditation. He said, I'm such a G in my meditation. My meditation is so powerful. I don't need anesthesia. I don't need this. And I will just do the root canal regular. And here's the thing, though. Most Americans would think that he sat there in the thing and he was just like, like he's doing something like that, right? Incorrect. He was joyful. He was getting the root canal. He said, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I don't know. Root canal. That's how they teach you to face suffering. For those of you who think it's softy, it's not softy. They go hard. They go hard. There's actually a 12-year, like the 12-year meditation that people go on. It's insane. There's a 12-year, I think there's Zen. It's technically Zen. And they have a 12-year meditation you can go on. And it's 12 years. And it's basically just 3 of you go up to this mountain, freezing cold, of pure suffering. It's basically like, how can we make you suffer? It is a pure suffering program. 12 years. You go up in the mountains and you go up there, and then there's like 3 of you. So you do 4 hours a day meditation. Then you'll eat something, but only turnips, whatever's there. There's like turnips or potatoes, something like that. So you eat a little bit. Then the next person does 4-hour meditation. The other 2 watch him. And then I think they go for a walk to get water. And then the other person does meditation. They watch him. That's it. Go to sleep. That's it. 12 years. That's it. But here, now you're thinking like, that's a pure, why would anyone do that? That's a pure suffering. That's going to make them sad, whatever. They're probably miserable. No. Just like the guy getting the root canal, pure joyful. I got this from the actualize.org website, channel, actually. No, Leo Gura is pretty tight, but he tells both of these stories on his channel, and it's, yeah, but I'm also learning them. These are from Raj Yoga, those techniques. Those are the disciplinary techniques, but loving kindness is a loving technique. It's loving the second you start it. So not all meditation has to be like that. Just want to let you know. And the RDTV, that's what I teach in my meditation. But also, and let me know if y'all can hear. Hold on. Let me just close these fun. And I'm going to show you another good thing about Artie that I love about them is that they are connected with, okay, well, the website's not working, but hold up. Let me see if I can find it. And God is great. I got it. Hold on a second. And God is great. I got it. I got it. I said, God is great. I got it. Where am I? And then we got to do a rip and dip on Gavin Newsom. He is just out of control right now. Look at this. No, look at this. So RDTV, the people that made the graphics for me, one of the people that works there, or he's like an investor there, also connected at the Shift Network. What's the Shift Network? Oh, I'll tell you. Shift Network is a like meditation network for white people, basically. This is basically for the white people, this is one of the most powerful ashrams of the great white gurus. I call them the great white gurus, people like Alan Watts, Baba Ram Das. There's maybe 4 or 5 great ashrams of the great white gurus. There's only 4 or 5 great ashrams of the great white gurus. And this is one of them, Shift Network. And they got huge podcast network. What's the numbers here? 30,000, 32,000 subscribers. No, they're more podcast. I'll subscribe. They're more of a podcast. I think the podcast is in millions. They get Oprah all the time. And they got big names here. Big names. And I've been telling you guys for years, big money in meditation. Let me tell you something. You got to get on the network with the big names to get the big money, big meditation money. Get with the big names on the big network. And I'll tell you, this guy right here this guy could be a millionaire for sure. And Raja Chaudhary just killing it out in England. Incredible techniques, powerful techniques.
Know me, I dissolve completely. My ego dissolves completely into wisdom.
God is great. God is great. This is what happens. This is what we do in my meditation too. When we go into the loving kindness, it is like, this is the kind of thing that happens. Baba Ram Dass, I mean, is he on the network? No, but he's right there, right? So YouTube knows that, like, related to Shift Network, Baba Ram Dass. That's what I mean by, like, this is the great white gurus. They have 3 or 4 big banger temples. They also have, you know what else they got? You know who actually, like, I think Shift Network was going to be bigger maybe, but then your boy, what's his name? Vishen Lakiani. Your boy Vishen at his company called Mindvalley. So really Mindvalley, 1.3 million subs. Mindvalley, okay, Shift Network was going to be Mindvalley. They were on their way. And then Shift Network was there, and that's fine. It's not a competition. They're not like fighting with each other. The BabaJis go back and forth. Gurujis go back and forth. I hope Vishen is not coming in, poaching Gurujis from Shift and saying, okay, you can't work with Shift now. I don't know if that kind of beef is going on. I'm not happy with that. And Vishen seems like the kind of psycho that would do that, but I don't think so. I think it's all because they believe in loving kindness. No, have respect. They believe in loving kindness. So I don't think they fight with each other like that. I think they're all friends. You know what I mean? But actually, these guys have a pretty big podcast network too. This is probably what I should try to get my meditation show on, though. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got the 3D graphics. Meditation goes here. Anyway, they have one of their investors. He's at Shift Network. And Shift Network, listen, Shift Network's killing it. I mean, these guys have Reverend. See, Michael Beckwith. Michael Beckwith's also on Shift Network, though. See, like, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know why he's not here, but he's on Shift Network. So they have big BabaJi. See, there you go. They have big BabaJis here too. The great white gurus, I call them. Alan Watts, Baba Ram Dass, Pema Chodron. Pema Chodron's more like legit, I'd say. No, they're all legit. I mean, but she's like pure Buddhist. No, they're all legit. Alan Watts is legit, of course. What am I saying? They taught with the great. They are the great white gurus. Listen, I did not learn any Hinduism from people in India. I learned all my Hinduism from these white guys in California. That's where I learned my Hinduism. And they have the bangers. They have tight rips. It's incredible. They all believe in pseudoscience too, which I don't believe in pseudoscience. Okay. I know I just did an energy chart, and don't, just have respect, cool it. I'm not doing miracles. I'm not that kind of person who's going to do a miracle on you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, loving kindness. Listen, this life is the miracle. I've said that before on the channel. This life is the miracle. So I don't do that. But even my BabaJi, I have a BabaJi up north here, and it's a white guy. He does like Hindu prayers, legit. He does this Hindu prayer called the Gayatri Mantra. And I'm like, I thought it was like an indie thing that we knew. And he knows it, and he knows the meaning of each word in it. I don't think my parents know. I don't think my parents know what the Gayatri Mantra, each word in that prayer is. They don't know what it is. If you ask them, they'd be like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And then they'd go through it, they'd butcher it. This, my great white guru, even my Baba Josh, this white guy in Barrie, he's here. He knows every word for word. He knows the meaning. But then he also is into some listen, this life is a miracle. I don't know either. We don't know. But he does believe in some magical stuff too, which I'm always just like, yeah, you never know. I mean, this life is a great miracle, and you never know. Maybe that guy floated or something, Like he could actually tell me, my BabaJi, he could actually tell me that, like, do you know Swami Sachidananda Ananda Swami Maharaj? Do you know him? He was flying. And I'd be like, really? Heck, I'll check it out. Yeah. It happens. No, you know what the issue is that when people convert into your religion, it's kind of like when a white guy converts to Islam, he's going to be the terrorist. Put him on the watch list. No offense. If you're a white guy who converted to Islam, I'm sure the vast majority of white guys who convert to Islam are just regular, nice day-to-day people. But they are, like, if you convert the religion, you're going to go extra hard. You know what I mean? That doesn't always mean be a terrorist. Like, but that's what always happened when they found these guys. There was one guy, they called him Johnny Taliban. He was like from San Fran or something, gets radicalized, joins ISIS, or not ISIS. I think he went to Afghanistan, and that guy was in Afghanistan. But he was like, it's like the other brown guys would be like, okay, maybe attack from here. I don't know. No, let's kill them from here. I don't know. And then this white guy goes, brother, we attack straight and send 15 bombs. We have to fight back, brother. I will kill all white people, brother. We have to fight back. Only he's from San Francisco. That's the white guy. He's going to go extra hard. He's going to go extra hard. He's going to say, the colonial white man with the colonial rule have oppressed Muslim man so long, and we will not take it anymore. Let's go, brother. We have to fight back. Who's going to do it? It's going to be a white, not always going to be a white guy, but like, it's been a a lot of cases of that. Like the white guy converts, and then he's just, there he goes. He's gone. And he's got some banger position too. I mean, he's there and he like worked his way up. He's killing it over there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's killing it. He's the top guy. You know what I mean? He's getting on the news. They let him make threats and shit. That's, of course, so everyone does that. I remember even on Fox News, they do stuff like that. And then even men do that with women. It's like, I think I was watching Flagrant 2 yesterday, and they're talking about like female leaders are actually more violent than male leaders. And it's like, look, this is what happens. Whenever you go into another culture, you want to come in hard and you want to rip it. You want to be like, I'm here, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to rip it harder than anyone. So I'm just saying, these great white gurus, I call them, these people that not convert, but they're like just all about meditation. They're doing it 24/7. If some Indian BabaJi comes to them and says, I was floating, I can float 15 meters, I float. Even when Sadhguru was on Joe Rogan, he's like, I placed a bowl of water and it was boiling because the energy, his spirit energy was too powerful and the water was boiling. Like, was it? Who's going to question though? It's BabaJi. You have to be respectful to BabaJi. So anyway, that's all to say. Shout out to RD.TV, making graphics. Hey, if y'all have ideas for graphics, let me know, because they'll just make it for us. They will make it for us. So what kind of graphics could we get for the drip? Because those 3D graphics would be sick. And then I was actually asking them about making me a intro graphic, so that every time I start the show, there's like 3-4 minutes of maybe like repeating graphics, but it's just like, you know, like maybe between the back and the front, it's just like repeating graphics. It's like, and then I can just type in like, today we're going to talk about this. These are today's karmas, you know, settle in, have love in your heart. God is great. You know what I'm saying? Let's rip it. Basically, it's 2:30 right now. I'm gonna send. Okay, wait. I want to do the Gavin story, and then I'm gonna bring on Ed Lachinsky. But real quick, let's talk to you, y'all in the audience. How's everybody doing out here? Oh, this is it. Turn that off. Why is the comment section so small, guys? Just make the comment section. There we go. Here we go. Already, I think there's a fight here. Please, Morton. Oh no, please return. Natasha Razor, it's so awesome. Retired in 7th Fleet. Get that medical stuff right for VA. VA, baby. Calvin Pokorny. NoFap is meditation, not science. Yes. They stole it from the Hindu. Calvin, this is another thing. They stole it from the Hindu. I'll tell you what. NoFap, it's sexual transmutation. They've been teaching it in India for thousands of years. And now you got these, like I said, these great white gurus. You know who teaches it? Actually, who's killing it right now is Mr. Joe Dispenza. Let's see if we can get a Joe Dispenza. Man, if we can get the Joe Dispenza graphics, oh my God. He's just got the most banger graphics. Joe Dispenza, Kundalini. This will have it. This guy rips. Most powerful Kundalini activation. Not bad. 4.3 thousand. Come on. This is what we need. This one's not bad. Wim Hof and Joe Dispenza. Breathing, pineal gland, DMT. Great. I like all of that. Let's go for this one real quick. Let's just see if the graphics are here. I just want to see if the graphics are here. Oh, here we go. So yeah, I'll tell you how the sexual, as I will tell you the correct Hindu technique of NoFap, because the NoFap community is all wrong on it, and the Hindus have done it for 500,000 years. The Hindus have done it, and you people need to be taught respect. Let's watch this. You people need to learn respect. You people need to learn respect. Where are we? Hold on. Where is the... No. It's here. I have my magic wand of loving kindness. Here. Yeah, so this is the Hindu science. This is the real Hindu science. 100% Hindu science. Basically, and I'll tell you what here, this is where they're getting it. This is where they're getting it. Holy shit, this guy's flying? Oh no, good shot. Sick. Okay, no. Look at how Kundalini activation works. First of all, there's money coming. You know there's going to be some money coming in. Haven't I said big money in meditation? Haven't I been saying big money in meditation? BabaJi Joe Dispenza, great white gurus. One of the great white gurus. I didn't think Joe Dispenza had it like that. I didn't think he had it like that. I'll tell you, I've been watching Joe Dispenza for 5-10 years now. I didn't think he had the rips like that, but he's got the rips. It's undeniable at this point. And the sexual transmutation rips, listen, it's a very sexy market. So don't say, hey, it's not real meditation. It's fine. They do add a little science to it, but this is America. You got to add magic science to it. This is what I mean by like, yeah, it's an issue. You know what I mean? And not an issue. It's like they take meditation and then they're like, okay, but how can we get rich? How are we going to make money? And really, if you're truly doing meditation, then you have an attitude of like, money doesn't matter. And then it comes automatically, but you shouldn't be doing, ironically, like once you're not operating with that thing of like, oh, I need money, then you actually truly become a workaholic and you're just working joyfully all the time. That's where meditation is trying to get you. And then ironically, then money does come in, but these guys are trying to teach it almost like I'm just going to tell the universe and attract it in. That's the issue. It's like secret. It's like the secret, the way that he's teaching it. So that's fine. Tell me what y'all think about that, actually, because I do think like, this law of attraction stuff, it is a little bit of hoo-ha. It's a little bit of magic. But look at this. Basically, there's a pineal gland in there. I'll tell you what it is in a second, actually. Let's just see if we can get a full spine activation here. I see this. That's nice. I like this shot. Aaron Apke uses this too. Whoever made this whatever graphic artist over on Storyblocks made this, I hope he's getting paid a ton of, they better be paying him. Because this is like half of Storyblocks is this graphic and it's ripping, it's killing it. So anyway, what you do NoFap, the white man's NoFap is only half of the story. And that's the real issue here. That's the real issue here. This music's sick. It's only half the story because what you actually have to do, it's not enough to just NoFap. It's not enough to just NoFap. People get excited. Listen, the women do love it. I'm not going to lie. Because when you're sitting on a good, healthy nut, these women are, oh, that one's sitting on white gold. He's sitting on white gold. Basically, that's how the women react. If you're sitting on a full nut, then the pheromones start sending out. They don't teach you this on the NoFap side. This is from the Hindus. Take notes. You're sitting on a full, and I actually learned this through with my old podcasting partner, comedian, writer, and friend Drew Picklick. He has been on the show before too, and we got to bring him back because he and I made this discovery. We were doing another podcast called Let's Come to an Understanding. We were looking for topics. We found this very strong NoFap community. We said we must talk about it. This is having a big impact on the culture, on the community. We must talk about it. And as we were going into it, we learned actually from one of these Hindu gurus that, yeah, when you're sitting on a full, that's why a lot of guys feel like, oh, nobody wants to bang me. It's because you don't got the nut. They can smell you don't have the nut. You're just coming around here willy-nilly with blanks in there. And even if they don't want to have kids, I think it's like an instinct where they're like, you're sending out a pheromone that's like, we are ready for sex. And then she's receiving a pheromone that says we are ready for sex, but she's not even conscious of it. Those signals go up, go inside, bypass the brain. Bang this guy. What? It's not a control. It's like, it happens. It's a very natural thing. It's the dance of Shiva and Shakti, the masculine and the feminine. It is the dance of the masculine and the feminine. And maybe listen, and look, I know that what I'm saying even now sounds a little bit of maybe a pseudoscience, but it makes sense in the sense that like, you're gonna be more ferocious in the game. Not ferocious, bad choice of words. You're gonna be more like, you're gonna have a little twinkle in your eye if you're sitting on a full nut, right? So whether it's the correct I don't know scientifically what the thing is, but if you're sitting on a full nut, you're gonna make an effort too. You're gonna be in conversation. You're gonna probably listen more even. A lot of people talk about they nut too much, they do too many faps, and then they're not even listening to people. They're just watching porn fantasies in their head, destroying the culture. It's not good for the culture. Anyway, the last thing that the Hindus teach, and Joe Dispenza teaches us, he basically says, because the NoFap says just keep the nut in. So now you're sitting on a load. Okay, great. What do you do with it? Because I'll tell you what's happening in America. They're sitting on a big load, and either they're breaking it, like they're just breaking the NoFap, or they're sitting on that big load and just, they get to the end of the night and they want to start a fight with someone. Because this is too much energy. It's too much sexual energies in them. And this happens if you go to the club. That's why clubs don't even stay past 1 o'clock. I go till 1, I dance hard. 1 o'clock, I try to just bounce with someone or with friends, and we make other plans. That's it. Staying till 2, sloppy time. It's not efficient. I don't like it. And the next day, think about. 1 o'clock, enough. God is great. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, what starts happening? And really, it's in more of the clubby districts, not in the hipster districts. Hipster districts, you're not really going to get this. Although I've seen some hater-ass hipsters too, don't get me wrong. But in the club district, you're going to see this 2, 3 o'clock. You're going to see, because these guys probably know fapping and nobody wanted to bang them. Now, they're going to start a fight with someone. And that's it. But only the Hindu has taught for thousands of years that you take that, you transmutate it, and Joe Dispenza teaches this powerful technique of the Hindus. You take it, you squeeze. First of all, squeeze your Kegels. Everyone in the community right now, everyone in the congregation right now, hit the like, squeeze your Kegel. Let's do that. I think we should almost make that our slogan here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, squeeze your Kegel. Because let me tell you something. I've looked at the science on this. Okay? No harm in just giving your Kegel a squeeze. Go ahead, do it. You can do it. Nobody even needs to know. Just do it. Nobody knows. Give it a squeeze, and you just want to be activating those muscles. Keep blood flowing in that area. It's good for you. It's good for the wife. It's good for the husband. It's good for if you're single together. It's really good for even spreading loving kindness in the whole society. It's really that key, according to the Hindus, it's like a pump, okay? It's like a pump. Just listen to me, listen. And when you do the Kundalini full activation, what you're doing is you squeeze the Keg, and that's why you want to be squeezing the Keg all the time. Keep this muscle active, keep it firing, keep it like able to like be, and then you'll be more powerful in bed too. But if you keep squeezing, what you'll find is you can take your nut and every time you squeeze it, you're solidifying that nut. And it's almost like an energy ball. You're almost like in a Dragon Ball Z, where it's just like you're building an energy ball there. And then he's basically saying that you can, instead of nutting out, you can nut in and up. And if you do the full Kundalini activation, what they basically teach is you, I don't teach this, by the way, because I do think it is stepping into a little, where are we right now? You know what I do out of respect? I just call it, that's too advanced for me. I do loving kindness. I'm not getting into these technical little, take the nut, wrap it up, just like start getting it charged up, that nut, get the boys swimming. Think about all the characters in there. There's 400,000. Each nut is 400,000 to 600,000 little babies, little fighters, ready to take the market, ready for a fight. And only one of them survives. It really is. This life is so treacherous. It's almost like the life starts with what's that TV show where they just keep killing them all? Korean show, banger. Mr. Beast did it. Squid Games. This is like a real life Squid Games. Every time you have sex with a girl, it almost is like a real life Squid Games, because there's 400,000 of those characters. They're in there on the rip, and they are a bunch of fighters. The nutters, the nuts, little baby nuts. They are a bunch of fighters. They're all fighting with each other. And apparently, and again, this is all like Hindu sciences here. Apparently, 400,000 nuts, right? So 300,000 are just the front team. They're going in. They're killing if any little nuts got left behind on the last guy that was banging. Because we can't trust these hoes. So if there's the last guy they're banging, the first round of little nuts, they're there to pick off any old little nuts hanging around. They're just here to kill them. That's their job. The second team of the 400,000, the second brigade, or you could call it, they're there to actually impregnate the nut. I mean, the girl's nut. They're trying to get in. One of them gets in only, though. So by the end, they're all killing each other, but making sure one survives to get in, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe at some point, two just dive in and rip. I don't know. And then there's a last team in the back, and they're just a stay behind team to make sure if any new little nuts come in, we kill those nuts. Again, don't quote me on the science here. Tell me if I'm even being scientific here. I don't know, but this is what happens with each drip of that nut, right? And so this is an old Hindu teaching, though, all of this. But what you guys are doing, if you're fapping, you're shooting it out. The Hindus say, no, don't shoot it out. Shoot it up and shoot it in. And what you do is you almost use your whole spine as a pump, and you pump that nut upwards, right? And this is all a very, like I said, 400, 600,000 little nuts in there. They're very aggressive. They're ready they're excited about life. You know what I'm saying? They're excited about life. And that's a lot of energy that they got. So instead of shooting it out, losing them, what you want to do, what these Kundalini guys teach, and Joe Dispenza, they teach that you wrap it up, shoot it up the spine, and you want to shoot it up, keep pumping it, keep pumping it until it goes all the way up, hits the pineal gland. Goes up, bam, into the pineal gland. Then you had a nut, but you had a nut with God. You know what I'm saying? And you're not missing any drops. Now, I don't know how scientific this is. Does anyone else think this is scientific? Like, where is everyone? You are describing that one Rick and Morty episode. Okay. Probably. Ed's going to be on soon, actually. Oh my God, I haven't even talked about Gavin Newsom yet. I got to get into Gavin Newsom. Novice investigator, you're definitely not being scientific, but I'm rocking, LOL. Right? It's not of the people's science, but it is of God's science, isn't it? Hold on, let me get the comments back. Well, these are comments too, but these are the comments. Here we go. Calvin Colney, third eye money shot. Yeah, that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for, that third eye money shot, and the pineal gland catches it. I think you're going, it's pineal gland. It opens the third eye. Yeah, it definitely opens the third eye. I think the third eye is like this, but it's interesting. It's almost more symbolic though. The third eye is almost like you're kind of seeing into other dimensions. Because basically what all these people teach is that you are this like loving kindness energy, and then you go back to God. When you're in a flow state, even we're actually with God. That's just God channeling through you, and you're dancing with the Tao, and you're dancing in life. That's what a lot of people teach, and that's what you want. It shoots up, hit the pineal, and then you are open. You have surrendered. The Tao is coming in full force, and it's just everything's getting done. Yeah, it's a state of, they call it non-doing, doing non-doing. Wu wei wu, wu wei wu wei. Doing non-doing. You want to be no-minded, nothing in the mind, and just engage with life. Engage with life. Getting your karmas done, one karma after another, joyfully executing, being one with your community, with your congregation, just like that. Shokar says Rick and Morty rocks. It does. Just stream of endless consciousness. Shokar 88. It is. It's a stream of source energy, actually. It's actually a stream of source energy. Urena Brew. Coffee is not going to be happy if he tunes in right now. Yeah, well, Mr. Fa, Mr. Q, Nirvana. Well, I made a deal with coffee. I said, listen, no meditation. So I'm not doing meditations here. But listen, Colvin Picorni says Nirvana. Listen, I don't know. What's the science behind this? What is the science? It's not something that can be proven or disproven. It's just something that you live your life with. It's like something that you... No, you know what? Actually, Urain, I think coffee would appreciate a message of no nutting. I think he was, because if you think about it, the fact that he was on no tech means that he must have already been done with no nut. Can't imagine he's struggling with that. But also, I see what you mean, because he does not like sexual topics. He always was like Amish, here we go, talking about sex. Even I remember our boy Wyatt, our editor, was telling us like, yo, these Fresh and Fit videos are performing. If you guys want to do another Fresh and Fit. And he was like, no, I don't, it's all sex and dating and that. Yeah, so I see what you're saying in that sense. Natasha Razor, Kegel aerobics on the drip. Natasha, squeeze your kegs, homie. Squeeze your kegs. It's good for everyone. Like, I've really looked into this. It's good for everyone. And we're going to get to Gavin Newsom in a second. Then we're going to have Ed Lachinsky on right after that. VV, we live in a simulation. VV, that is absolutely correct. Yeah, and I actually just applied for a scholarship with Shunya Murthy. Do y'all know who Shunya Murthy is? Satyoga Institute. Yeah, this guy rips. He's Jewish, right? Like, 100% this guy's Jewish, right? Hi, my name is David Rubenstein, but you can call me Shunya Murthy. Hi, I'm Shunya Murthy. The Hindus had it all along. I just applied for his class. Hopefully he doesn't see that. But he won't mind. I feel like he's going to be cool with that. Just looks, I don't know. He just gives me that vibe. I just feel like there's a look there. No? But then with the hat and with the beard, he looks very Muslim too. Kind of reminds me of when Cat Stevens converted to Islam. This is kind of the look he had. Beard, got the hat. God is great. But this guy's actually teaching a meditation class. And a lot of it is heart-centered teaching. So that's why I just applied for the scholarship. Let's hope I get in. I told him, I said, I need to learn more yoga for my community. And, you know, one good thing about this BabaJi is that he's not teaching really like pseudoscience. It's strictly meditation. I don't think he does these like Kundalini and then this and it'll go up your chakras. I don't think he does that. Maybe he does. I don't know. I've only heard right now he does basically Jnana Yoga, which is a form of meditation. And it's pretty secular. It's pretty secular. But now y'all are going to send me a clip of him saying like, buy my holy water and it'll heal your cancer or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what he did. El Guapo Grande, sermon title, Solidify the Nut. Jay Gabru, lol, did I just hop into a sex ed stream? Well, this life is a sex ed stream. Please, Morton, I have Chinese massage girls for that. To send it up? Are they doing acupuncture? What are we talking? Please, Morton, please clarify. Please, Morton, please clarify that comment. Are you talking about acupuncturists? Because I think there is some acupuncture one where they can just run that nut up the spine. Probably they got something like that. They probably do something. I wouldn't be surprised. Shokar 88 says fireball, fireball, fireball. Yep. VV, how are we ones to say we are the only ones to say we are the only living things on Earth and there are no other planets with living? Yeah. There's how many galaxies and none of which we haven't explored. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, there's got to be some other stuff out there. Yeah, but also this whole life is a simulation and we might have just made it look like that's all out there and it's not even anything there. You know what I mean? Like it maybe like as a simulation, because according to these Eastern teachings, you're supposed to like live your life and love this moment and be in the moment basically with like whatever life is giving you. And if they made space smaller, you know, but also it has to be like an infinite mystery. So I feel like the simulation might just go around the Earth, and then it's just like from the like Truman Show. We might be in an Earth-sized Truman Show where everything else is just made up. But no, I don't think so, because it truly is infinite, this whole life, and it's infinitely mysterious too, so you can never really figure it out. So yeah, you're talking about other planets and stuff like that. I'm actually getting into a lot of Gurujis who are talking about, like, I talked to someone on a separate dimension and they're on another dimension. I mean, I don't know if I've showed you all these Pleiadians, but the people who believe in the Pleiadians prophecy, like, these are like angels, but I think they're like alternate dimensioned angels. You know what I'm saying? Ancient aliens. Hopi legend predicts alien arrival. Yeah, I think this is Pleiadians. Wow. No, we can't play this. We're going to get demonetized for sure. Author, Star Kids, the emerging cosmic generation. Yeah, this is big. This is hot right now. In America. This is not Buddhism, though. I don't teach this, by the way. I don't teach this. So don't say Amish is doing these pseudosciences. Have respect. I never did this. This is kind of silly, actually. I got to say. But, you know, at the same time, you know, and I'll tell you what I tell my BabaJi. This life is a great mystery. I don't know, maybe, sure. You know what I mean? Don't get into arguments with people. If they believe this, just say, oh, sick. Tell me more about that. That's what you should do. Don't be one of these people who's like, that's stupid. That's pseudoscience. You're an idiot. What are you doing? Say, hey, oh, cool, sick. Yeah, tell me more. How are you going to get a better story? You know what I'm saying? Ed Lachinsky, Ancient Aliens is fascist? We got to talk about it. Gorguruga, LMAO. Please, Morton. I got a girl that reflexology my jank into the moon, my friend. I just moved better. Okay, please, Morton. I got a girl that reflexology my jank to the moon. Oh, please, Morton. I got you. So she gave you such a good foot massage that you nutted. Is that what you're saying? And now you move better. Huh. Please, Morton, that's beautiful. That is very beautiful. Oh, Ed Lachinsky saying Ancient Aliens is fascist. Yes, okay, I thought yeah, okay, cool, fair enough. But yeah, no, the reflexology move. Interesting. That's very interesting that she was able to all things are possible. Natasha Razor, I'm squeezing hard on my karmas. Yes, those are karmas. Urana Bruce sweating and thumbs upping. It's fine. Don't worry about Steven. Steven's not, he's honestly so not, he's not going to, anything negative he's ever said to me, he's always at some point been like, I'm sorry, man, I shouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? Like he's actually very sweet, very nice guy. And really morally righteous guy. That's why he's on the crusade. 1 million subs, baby. Shout out to Coffeezilla. 1 million subs, killing it. And that's why, you know, the drive, it's like, he's basically got Batman's drive. He's basically Batman of the internet. He's basically like, no, the evildoers must be stopped. The evildoers must be stopped, and that's it. And that's, you know, love it. VV, I'm Hindu, but I watch Muslim P. Is that weird? It's not weird at all, because like you, I'm also Hindu, and I support all the different religions, all the different teachings and all of that stuff. Exorcism performed by Muslim Raki caught on camera 6 years ago. Okay. What is this thumbnail? Top 10 Muslim country with women freedom in Hindi. Amazing facts. Don't call it amazing. That's so rude. How rude is this channel? Top 10 Muslim country in a Muslim country with women freedom in Hindi. Amazing facts. No, that's not an amazing fact, dude. Just cool it. Honestly, Christians are like this too. I used to think like this, but Christians are, it's basically like the Christians and Muslims, I think, have been fighting with each other since they both started. No, since Islam started, I think I think Islam was started because they kept getting attacked by Christians. So they had to form some kind of a spiritual union and they had to form a union, a spiritual union, and send an application to God and say, God, they're not acting righteously. We have to fight back. And apparently, I think that's how it was made. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, since there was times where Islam was going to be the more advanced country than the Christians are also pretty backward. And the Hindus too, all religions. And then when you go backward, you're losing basically every religion. If the society gets more and more positive, it basically becomes the secret. And if the society that they're in becomes more and more negative, every religion more negative, it becomes like terroristic. It becomes fundamentalist, at least. On women, on like, you know, fighting the other religions and shit like that. Like, it really is like, I feel like a poverty issue more than anything. Not to say that there aren't rich people that get in on it, because rich people grift off of it too. But the masses that you need to be like even in India, they'll do the Hindu, it's like a Hindu nationalist government, and they're constantly talking these basically poor people into like, hey, let's go take back a mosque. What if anyone middle class, they're not doing it. It's like the poorest people in the country are running off to do this. They're getting like, they get them riled up. They do a little parade all across India, and then they just take back a mosque or whatever. I have family that's like, that's good, Amish, we got it. And I'm like, yeah, go then. No. What if I get hurt? It's basically like a mob of people on the bottom floor, and then one floor up, there's police. So the Hindu nationalist police are protecting the Hindu nationalist like mob people, and they just take back a mosque or whatever. Anyway, that's a little side rip. Is this the guy you're talking about? Who is this? French. I like this guy. You know, you could call him like a mental health coach, right? Like, who's going to hang out with her? Obviously, she's got some mental health issues. It's fine. Who's going to hang out with her? Who's going to like hold her hands? And you know what I mean? It's either that or you pay a doctor or you pay nurses.
Je suis venu en paix. Ah, ok, si je suis venu en paix. Alors, écoutez-moi attentivement. Appelle tous les autres qui sont avec toi dans l'établissement. Ou bien à côté. أينما تكن يأتي بكم الله جميعا الله على كل شيء قادر أينما تكن يأتي بكم الله جميعا الله على كل شيء قادر. لو أينما تكن يأتي بكم الله جميعا الله على كل شيء. Oh my God! Why they're doing it in front of a high school? I mean, if this is where she is, this is where she is, right? She could be haunting the high school. Huh? Looks like such a cool neighborhood. I think these people are white too. Okay, interesting. I wonder where they are. Oh, Euronews. Wow, what a service. What a service. I had my family in India. I'm gonna like that. Yep. Euronews. Funded in whole or in part by the European Union. Why are they putting out these? Why are they putting out these? Imam performs Islamic exorcist to cast out evil from women. Huh. Weird that the Euronews. Oh, this is Daily Mail. Interesting. Well, you know, every religion has to provide this service. Like, it's included in all the religions. It's included. But let's get back to the comments. Gyanchor, the time when you came across an interesting new person who then turns out to do astrology and crystal healing, crystal loving little, well, yeah, it didn't end well. Learn to use sarcasm better from that day. Gyanchor, that's actually very much correct. You know what I mean? It's like, why fight in life? You know how many times my mom comes home, she's like, oh, I went to a psychic. I gave him $600 because he said you were going to get married in 4 months. It's literally like the psychic, she pays more the quicker the psychic says I'm going to get married. And they do this in real time. Like, they just work out this deal. It's almost like understood. So as they're negotiating, he'll say like, oh, your son in 2-3 years. And then my mom's like, oh, that's stupid. It's like 2-3 months, he will be married. His marriage will be in 2-3 months only, not years, months. Money. Here, take it. Things you do when you don't prepare well for the exam. There you go. Yeah, you go to the psychic. 4-hour life. Actually, there is a data supporting a lot of middle class people join the fundamentalists in the ME. Yeah, I just feel like the middle class people. Okay, here's what I can tell you about my family, and I feel like we're upper middle class or middle class, whatever, in India. I don't think they're gonna physically fight. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing. I just don't see it. I don't think they're gonna take up a gun. What they'll do is, if they have people who are like legit, like so below them in the caste system that they won't even fight back, they'll beat the shit out of a couple of them. That's it. Muslims maybe, but no, even that, like they beat. I feel like it's too. It's a lot. It's like physical fighting. We're business people. You know what I mean? Like we'll pay my. You know what they'll do? They'll give money and be like, okay, send some poor people. That's what I mean. Generally, but that's the Patels. Now you go to Punjab, maybe the middle class are fighting. I don't know. It's a different culture. It's like more of a warrior culture. But in Gujarat, I don't see it. But then, yeah, other provinces probably. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it because it's almost like a multi-caste system level grift. Like even in America, right? When you look at January 6th in America, it's like Trump. You could say in a sense is at the top. Like I'm not saying that he told them to go break in or anything like that. I think he just said, go give him hell or something, right? I don't know. Why am I defending him so much? I don't know. I just don't remember being that, like him being that blatantly like, go and kill them. Like, I think he was saying, go down there, let them know what you think, cause some havoc, make noise, cause hell, break a couple of things if you have to, nothing. But you know what I mean? I don't think he was saying break in and try to murder them. Was he? Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Tell me if I'm wrong about this. Tell me if I'm going too soft on Trump here. Because I don't think he said go and kill them. But because the reason why I'm saying that though is because that's almost like not his job. He's so at the top that he has to give a general pump up speech. Then there's troops on another level down. Because if you the documentaries I saw, the people that broke in at on January 6th, they were like business owners. So 4-hour life, you're right. They were more like business owners. There was stuff like that, and they broke in. They had a lot of money, and they were like, yeah, they used to own a business and maybe went bankrupt, some of them, but like they were part of that business class, I guess. Again, sure. Oh no, 4-hour life. Was your family impacted by the partition? I mean, I see the trauma and I see the racism, and I see them cheering for Modi taking back Kashmir. You know what I mean? Like they seem very like clear about whose side they're on when they're alone. But at the same time, like I said, like I remember my cousin in India. So I have one cousin in India who's just openly Hindu nationalist. Like the rest of us are kind of secret Hindu nationalists, but like he's out in the open. He'll post some shit. So he posted something about these local Muslims need to understand that if they're in our country and if they want this, then they need to do this or whatever. So he just posts some shit like this on Facebook. And there was other family here in Canada that were behind the scenes Hindu nationalists. They still messaged him and called him and said, hey, like, do you have work that you need to do? You know what I mean? Very Patel. Not like racism is bad. They didn't say racism is bad. They called him to say, hey, why don't you try to start a business? We can help you. Why don't you get your immigration papers done? Get out of there. Why don't you do this? Like, you're doing a 2-hour fight about some bullshit. Like, is this what you want to, how you want to spend your time? Like, so yeah, they were kind of like that attitude. So that's what I mean by the Gujaratis are very hands off with any kind of fighting back. Like they're generally non-violent. A lot of vegetarians even. So they don't believe in that, but then they will engage in some pretty racist rhetoric. So yeah, it's gonna happen. Natasha Razor. I had a priest at my Catholic school who performed exorcisms. He was awesome. Natasha. That's so filthy, dude. I love it. That's so funny. They are MAGA Nazis protecting whiteness. Natasha Razor with the rips today. Oh my God, we got to read. Oh, did he perform exorcisms? Homie, you're out of control. Sumant Kadiala. Bless me, Babaji. You are blessed, baby. May you have 1,000 children, Habibi. Shokra 88. Amish still loyal because of that Trump University title. It's right there. You want to see the class? You want to see the notebook work? I'll show you. In the meantime, keep writing comments. Y'all are killing it today. I love it. Good work, everyone. The whole community. Haven't even started my first topic. Ed Lachinsky is, I told him he can come on at 3. So let's get Ed Lachinsky on actually soon. And let's start talking about, because I did a lot of, this is basically all opening banter. It's basically all opening banter so far. This is hilarious, this Arnab clip. But what was I going to show you? Oh, I was going to play this for you. And also I was going to show you, that's behind the scenes, but keep on messaging each other. Ed Lachinsky says, finally, dude. Bro, I said 3, didn't I? Oh, no, I did say 2:30 or 3. My bad, dude. I'm sending you a link right now, baby. Ed Lachinsky is here. Ed Lachinsky is here. Ed Lachinsky. I have some stuff that I want to show you. I don't know. I feel bad now. It might be too sensitive for the Ukrainian audience, for the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want this to sound like an attack on the Ukrainian people, but I do want to bring you on. Where is it? Gyan George says, partition. My great-grandparents lost siblings, murdered, abused, looted during partition. They came as refugees and were dirt poor. They were upper middle class. That's our story in 1947. Yeah, I've heard a lot of that. Much better off now. More info. Star. Yeah, Gyanchor. I mean, that's good. I mean, it's good. It's good to see like people move on. You know what I mean? But like, I do find that. I mean, tell me, Gyanchor, if this is true in your family. Sounds like you're Hindu, right? Did you ever? Is there people in your family that are still what the hell? You know, those guys did this and they're maniacs. Anything like that? Or is it just kind of like, it's over, we put it behind us, let's move on, let's get this money? Yeah, they are basically all over the world now. And I'm in France and had a cousin in Denmark whom I met 10 years ago in his marriage. So yeah, we made it, let's say in 70, 80 years. Cool. Ed's in the house, about to get some real lefty talking points. Yeah, Urain, it's about to go real hard lefty right now. Urain's coming in. I mean, sorry. Ed Lachinsky is coming in, and then we definitely got to get back to that Gavin Newsom call out. Hold on. I like the sound effects.
Oh.
Ed Lachinsky.
Yes.
Lachinsky, come on in.
Yeah, does it work? Does it work?
It's working for me, dude. I'm sure
Okay,
the audience.
cool.
Can you hear this music?
Yeah, I can. Should I not hear it? Pretty
know.
loud, too. Yeah.
Sick, dude. Future funk wave music. No
thought-
copyrights.
Hell yeah.
This is the last track on the thing, so it's like ripping. You know what I mean? This is like the climax.
Yeah.
Buddy, thanks for coming, man. Sorry about that. You know
Yeah,
what?
thank you for having me. It's a lot
man.
of fun. I notice I like talking to people, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's actually very healthy, you know.
Sit
And
at
it was
home.
I was just in the States, and I noticed that about my cousins in the States. Like, they're so social. They all dance, they all rip. It's very important. You got to dance. You got to
Yeah.
talk to people and have conversations.
Yeah, they say in UK it's also like a thing that like basically every week you have to go to the bar. Like you have to the pub.
I
You
heard they
have
go
to-
every day over there.
Want to drink over?
I heard they're
I mean, yeah, but like
drunks.
it's not. Yeah, actually, yeah, they say actually in Korea, like Koreans drink like double the alcohol amount the next country drinks.
Even more than
Really?
Japan?
Yeah, weird, right? Look it up.
Weird.
Maybe like alcohol consumption by,
Let's do alcohol
By
consumption by
country.
country. This is great.
because you would think, yeah, a lot of countries are known to be alcoholics, but actually, like
Wow.
I think it's
Afghanistan?
like everyone. Afghanistan. Jesus.
Right. No. This is by alphabetical order.
Wait.
No.
Yeah. You need to.
But I thought it was by. Okay, but
click per capita in latest years, right? here. And again,
Here we go. Moldova, Lithuania. I think this is it in 2016.
maybe they don't have Korea here. Moldova, Lithuania. That's crazy. Eastern Europeans.
Yeah, the Eastern Europeans are taking it, but they're going to be honest. They're just going to say, yeah, we drink. Like India's lying
Yeah.
because they're not allowed to drink. You know what I mean? Even they lie to themselves. Like,
Oh
they'll have
the
6 drinks in front of you and
Muslims
be like,
also, you know this meme, like the Muslims, especially at least here, like what I hear is like you can't like you can do whatever you want just at night, like because Allah is not seeing you. So
oh yeah,
they're
no,
gonna
they had a
lie.
lot of
This
great little
meme,
loopholes like that.
it's hilarious.
It's so funny. The religious loopholes are so silly.
Yeah. Like the Mormons.
Like anal sex. Apparently, anal sex is like across the board. Girls are like,
That's so funny. In this
God
show,
does it,
which is actually very good. This sex education show.
sick.
Like well, it's called sex education. It's like hilarious, but yeah, they have these characters, these like side characters that are religious. They actually like they're shown not like blocking the entrance to the abortion clinic, and they're like religious, but then it turns out that they have anal sex, and they're like, oh yeah, we basically do everything besides vaginal, like, so because that's like one that's illegal. Everything else that's
So
fine.
they go to the abortion clinic
Yeah.
and say, do anal, save a life. Do anal, save a
No,
life.
they basically, yeah, they will moralize about abortion, but and about having premarital sex, but they can do whatever. That's technically is not sex, but actually on the other hand,
It's
there's a good video about I think it's called like by YouTuber Zoe Baker. She's talking about it's like a video essay. It's pretty long, but it also has a lot of views at this point about homosexuality in medieval times, and and she explains basically about how the gender norms and homosexuality have been perceived like differently, but also you can kind of get it. You can it's kind of influential how we see it now, like the fact that like homophobia stands like it's more about what men can't do, but women are allowed to do stuff. Like it's most of the hate crimes are against gay men, not women. But of course, like legally, it's still like bad. But and that's because historically, women, like only penetration been perceived, like in Middle Ages, been perceived as having sex, and whatever women and whatever lesbians do is not penetration. So basically, it's even like if you do it like without penetration, it's not sex. But if you do it with penetration, with like dildos and stuff,
that's crazy because
it's illegal. Like it can be done. It's crazy.
It's wild because like that's so opposite town, because like we think like, oh, it's just two girls, so who cares? Dude, they're putting their whole hand in there. They're putting the whole hand, like, yeah,
this is how you're
it's like normal, like
okay.
No,
I mean,
I know so many girls who do. They do like whole hand inside. Like
what I heard is more like in actual relationships, like it's mostly like just fingering. Like it's not. It's all like a male fantasy.
Is pretty standard now. It's pretty standard. Like I know girls who are bi who did that, and then they came back to guys, and they're like, do it. It's like.
Yeah, it's
pretty graphic though. I know Steven about this maybe, but yeah, I know it's pretty graphic.
What did you made your podcast into? It was a baby you nourished together, but now it's all about putting your. It's all about fist in there.
Put it in.
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful act of sexual. Like I think it's beautiful.
No, for real though, like it's kind of a male fantasy for all I know, like about. Like some women love it, women do it, but like about like the bigger like it's not how sex works.
I know that's bullshit. Like the whole idea that we need to have like giant penises. I know that's nonsense.
Yeah.
But
so the fisting is not for everyone too.
I feel like fingering though goes from like 2 to 3 to 4 to like hand in.
Okay.
It's like not a big deal from what I've seen. Like it's not.
I mean,
a big deal to
maybe.
just have hand in. It's like not a huge deal. And then it's
Well,
like
also like a female hand though, like
smaller
is that
too,
that-
right?
tiny little female hands. like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. No, there's room in there, man, and it's not bad. It doesn't like it doesn't.
If you
public
can
service
have a
announcement-
child in there, like you can have a hand.
you can have a hand, and it's not like it actually makes it more tight. I know this is so graphic, but it actually makes it more tight because it gets like swollen, and it's like
You're gonna
very
get
enjoyable on both sides.
age restricted on this one.
I am
You're
totally
gonna
gonna
an
get it. You
email
think so?
from Susan.
Right when Ed
Susan
Lachinsky came on.
Yeah,
right
that's
when
not
Ed-
on me. You started all of a sudden. I came in and started talking about hands and in
Something.
all of the wrong places.
I
so-
actually did have something I wanted to show you. Well, I sent you a Jordan Peterson clip yesterday. We'll get into that next.
Oh yeah, that's pretty interesting actually.
Let's put
Jordan Peter- Such a fucking weirdo, that Jordan Peterson guy. Like I don't. Yeah.
Hold on, let me grab it.
So funny, and that pod, it's like 4 hours of him, right? Or it's either 4 or 8 hours. I don't remember that he was talking to Joe Rogan for so long, and it's so like.
Yeah, and it's almost like a brainwash. I feel like Joe Rogan got a little brainwashed with him, like got a
Dude,
little bit obsessed.
all of the like climate change apology, all of a sudden he's basically like a climate change denier.
Joe Rogan?
No, Jordan Peterson.
Oh, Peterson is a climate change denier, fully.
And,
like,
and it has
thinks we're
nothing
all
to
so
do with
stupid for believing
psychology. It has nothing to do with like he has
Yeah.
no expertise in any of this.
Yeah.
As I guess he has like, okay, he talks about like philosophy, whatever. That's
Yeah.
somewhat he doesn't understand anything about philosophy. I actually have.
I agree.
People, I have a philosophy degree.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So
I mean,
so I can, and you have a degree from the Harvard. So
yeah, on Buddhism, and I would say Buddhism is more scientific than some of his stuff. Like I would say
For sure.
psychology is a little bit. I mean, it's inherently like all the social sciences. They're not that scientific. Like it's like half opinion, half like some numbers, some opinion, some like old theory that you read, and you're kind of like
there are some
in the world, so you put it
existential
out, but-
philosophers who are like pretty adjacent to like Eastern religions, like like Buddhism, and that's pretty interesting. Like the Western take on this, but more, I guess, a bit more scientific. And no flying, like one point about like no flying. Yeah, like 12 years meditating, and I would be so pissed if I couldn't fly after this. After 12 years, whatever you were saying.
And that you couldn't fly? Why can't you fly?
Yeah,
You can fly.
I don't know. You're saying
The 12-year, like you're
levitate?
talking.
Like
Oh, you
levitate?
can't fly.
You can't fly. You
I
can't
think you can
levitate.
fly in an airplane. No, they don't believe in that. Like the real Gurujis don't believe in that. I don't know why these people get into this. You know,
But
it
dude,
drives
how,
me crazy.
how can you imagine like 12 years of levitating and you're not gonna levitate? Like,
But they're not
of meditating and not levitating. Like I
know.
That's the point.
No, but they are emotionally floating through life after that. If you see how a
okay.
Buddhist monk walks, they're joyful. They're like happy. They're floating through life. But
Can you just not like skip all of that and just like flow through life?
oh, 100%, dude. That's why I teach
Yeah, it's just-
loving kindness.
Okay,
Bhakti
okay.
yoga is like a loving kindness.
So you
practice.
think you're like better than them? You think you hacked the system? You didn't have to do all of the 12-year.
I've
stuff.
heard there's other gurus that talk about this. There's a great Brahmin Buddhist guru who says like the whole society is obsessed with these breathing meditations and these like these boring disciplined meditations. And he's like, nobody said you have to be disciplined and boring. Loving kindness, from the second you start doing it, like in my meditation, we start by imagining puppies. Like that's literally the practice, is practicing the feeling of love in your heart. That's what the practice is. It gets you to the same place. But
Wait,
it's
wait. How am I not on your screen on
YouTube?
on YouTube? Yeah.
Weird. Let me hold on.
Can you see
Now are
me?
you? Yeah, now I think you will be.
I don't know. It has like now I'm instead of you, dude.
Yeah. Now I switch it to like when it talks. I guess it's just gonna show one at a time. Weird. Is it bigger now?
Okay. It's just one at a time. Okay.
Yeah, it's just one at a
I
time.
switched and it's just you talking. Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, people can't see me. What am I been like charging this camera for?
No. It's great, dude. Camera's great. Yo, let's
That's
watch this
exactly
Peterson
what
clip. Yeah, this one came out on Ukraine.
Did in the 1920s, and as I said, they wiped out all their productive peasants.
Why is it like
and then
this?
6 million Ukrainians starved to death. They had posters.
Hold on. Why is it not showing? Okay, subscribe. What do you want?
Why should
And that's exactly what they did in the 1920s, and
I
as I,
hate
said, they
shorts,
wiped out
dude.
all their productive peasants. And then 6 million Ukrainians starved to death. They had
You were talking about this yesterday with me.
Yeah, hold on.
That like y'all had.
Well, actually, actually 1930s, not 20s, but okay, it's 31
That-
right there.
yeah,
I don't
India
know what
had
he
them-
says. Wiped out all of the. Actually, I wonder what's the context behind this. What is he comparing this to? Now I'm kind of skeptical
I
because
think he's gonna blame it on communism. He's gonna say communism.
yeah,
for
for
this.
sure, for sure. But yeah, but it's so long. It's like 4 hours. Like how can you even find context for this? But I'm sure he says. He compares this to something stupid, probably. He probably
posters.
probably
Soviet-
yeah.
Probably compare. Yeah, like he probably says that like if you're a feminist, you're
about
gonna.
climate change. Yeah, if you're a
Climate
feminist,
change.
you will see Holodomor. Like
Yeah. No. You know what he does? He's like, that's why you can't cancel me. If you cancel me, it'll be this. This is what you'll
That's
end
why-
up with.
This is all of it. This is why ASGB, LGBTQ, TP culture is wrong, and they will never.
No, they do that. No,
They will never cancel me.
I think I've seen videos where they're like in communist Russia, they had trans people, and that tipped it off. Something like that.
Yeah, like
It's crazy.
USSR was so that's so fucked up because USSR was like
Posters
super.
Were they
maybe
progressive?
for
No, they
the
were
first-
like they weren't letting you do shit. They weren't letting you be trans. I don't know. I mean, now
No.
they're very like not into that. You know.
No, they were very homophobic and everything. Like it's not. So it's all the same bigots that.
And that's exactly
Like they're. So the first several years, maybe like before Stalinism, maybe like before the first like 10 years of the USSR or some shit. Like maybe everything was a lot more like liberal in the
Yeah.
sense of like you were allowed to do art and whatever. Like it's but then all of the with Stalin specifically, all of the authoritarianism kicked in and but I guess the first years also been like wartime anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean-
there weren't never. It's not really adjacent for the entirety. Actually, it's around on the same level as everywhere, almost everywhere, like in the same time.
Yeah.
Like in Britain or US, like it would be illegal to be gay or trans or any.
Yeah.
other
Everyone
sort of,
seems like the same. Yeah. But also, he's talking about these like
LGBTQ.
starvation happening in Russia. It's very politicized because he doesn't care. Like, if you told him that like the British starved people in India, he'd say,
Yeah.
"Well, that's." They
I
just-
wanted to say
No, he doesn't
say
think he
this
deserved it,
because he will talk about this, but he will admit that like capitalism brings starvation in other regions of the world and like with India. And it was pretty capitalist because they basically
they basically forced
develop
India onto
business,
the market economy.
business. Yeah.
And that's what I think caused the famines, basically. Yeah, they forced them to be on the market economy. They were like, "This is silly that you're just living and you're not
it's
you're not
basically-
forced to be
there's
on
this-
an economy."
There's
kind of
this term called it's enclosure, and basically it refers to like middle age, late middle ages in Britain. This is how capitalism came to be.
Right.
Basically, before before enclosure, a lord could own land, but peasants are allowed to like basically, if not live there, but they can go there, they can grow their food on the land that is owned by the lord, right? So they can just freely. It's
yeah.
like
No, property
it's
ownership is new. We just assume it's
so
normal.
so property, so this is what enclosure how it came to be is basically all of these and there's a lot of like debate how it actually why did this occurred in the first place, but it basically means that now is like enclosed and you can't go there, do anything. And all of a sudden, a bunch of peasants found themselves not being able to grow food for themselves.
Yeah.
So they have to work for the wage and all of that. Like this is how then industrialization happens and blah blah blah. And this is basically what they enforced in India too. So they go in and they see the same like the same kind of approach that some land is like common ground and everyone can go there and grow food for themselves. and their families. Now it's all like private, and it's all owned by this lord of this colony or whatever it's called.
Some upper class
So now
guys
you
gonna own
have
it.
you now have to work for money to survive, basically, where before, and of course not everyone can do that, so they didn't have enough.
Yeah, but he's gonna basically blame it all on I think
On
communism. I'm guessing. Let's see.
for
They did
sure.
in the 1920s, and as I said, they wiped out all their productive peasants, and then 6 million Ukrainians starved to death. They had posters. The Soviets produced posters in the 1930s that said, essentially, don't forget, it's wrong to eat your children.
Oh, come on.
So
That's such a bit of propaganda, though,
Boss.
because it's like, yeah, but you're gonna now blame it all on communism when that's not even what caused it. Like maybe it was caused by capitalism too. You know what I mean? Like in India, it seems like more capitalist, that they were forced to be on the market economy. I don't know. It's weird.
Whoa. Yeah, whoa.
Whoa.
There's nothing about the there's nothing that you can imagine that's horrible enough so that it matched the reality of what happened in the Soviet Union between 1919 and 1959. And
Yeah,
you know, the
this
West knew about this too. Early, Malcolm Muggeridge
like
in the 30s
huge
was
boner
documenting for England.
For like anti-Soviet, anti-communist.
anti-Soviet Union, which is fine, but then don't like, it's a bit more nuanced than that. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know,
the guy
you're
doesn't
hitting-
even. He was
Yeah.
debating Slavoj Žižek, and he couldn't define. He basically admitted he was publicly debating Slavoj Žižek, and he admitted that he never read anything Marx wrote besides the Communist Manifesto. And if you don't know what Communist Manifesto is, it's like a pamphlet. It's like 50 pages.
It's tiny.
It's 50 pages, and it's basically describing it was meant to be read for the peasantry. It's not a scientific or philosophy. His other stuff are
lazy lefties. Because how much is the capitalist shit? That's like a whole textbook, isn't it? Capitalism.
What do you mean? No. His actual
his theory, the Communist Manifesto.
The Communist Manifesto is not his
like tiny.
theory. His actual theory is like he wrote like a bunch of other books.
Oh, okay.
That are like multi-part. They were huge. But Communist Manifesto is basically just a pamphlet for the peasantry to explain in simple words. It's like a YouTube video essay. Basically,
but that's what Peterson read. He just read that one.
Yeah, and he's like, I read that, so I understand communism and whatever. I can criticize everything that happened. Not to mention that like things change since the Marxist times, you know, and like Bolsheviks don't represent the entire.
I mean, I get it. Like it's inaccurate. It's like, but so then there's a propagandistic.
It's weird enough. Like if you go on like r/socialism or maybe r/communism, there are actually enough people. So it's not the majority of leftists. I don't think in any ways. It's probably it's like a small minority of leftists, but there are enough people who will simp for Soviet Union in all of the wrong ways, and even for Stalin, and they will like deny existence of modern Russia. Actually, the modern capitalist Putin's Russia denies that this ever happened.
Wow.
They're like Holodomor. No, never happened. It's like a hoax, and basically they're like they basically do Holocaust denying.
Everyone always does
the
that.
Soviet version of Holocaust denying.
Yeah, aren't there like Nazi soldiers in Ukraine though? Like they were like offshoots of some old Nazi regime. What are they called? They were like, they have kind of SS on their thing too.
Yeah, there is some. I mean, the truth is. So more basically how this works, like Nazism didn't go anywhere, right? Like it wasn't like completely dismantled.
There's just some people left behind.
Every European government has some like Nazi party, but apparently in Ukraine, so there is this like Svoboda party, but basically all of the Nazis, especially for the latest elections, they did it. They got less than like 2% of votes in the parliament.
I also find it weird that
there's a Nazi guy or like two Nazi guys in the parliament out of the entire. So there is a party, but it's kind of hard to.
I think Europe they have that. Only in Germany
Yeah,
they're
Europe-
just like so strict, but I think in Norway, Sweden,
No,
like,
they
there's
have-
always like 5 or 6 like
So
heavy
you-
right wing.
In Germany, it's illegal to portray any of the like symbolical, like any of
Yeah.
the aesthetics of the Nazi ideology, but they for sure have like far right.
Yeah, they're there.
in government.
No, they must be even
anyway.
more pissed actually. The fact that like,
Um,
oh, we're not allowed, like they must be even more jacked.
Yeah, but actually, Russia has this whole. It's very interesting. I made like an entire fucking rant kind of podcast video about this whole phenomenon. But that's part of the. So, in Russia, Nazis means something else basically, because when you think Nazi in America, you imagine like a Trump supporter, white supremacist, who wants to like, who hates black and Jewish people somehow, right?
Yeah.
And for sure, like it's part of it everywhere. But in Russia, Nazi is like, imagine like a Star Wars stormtrooper character, right? So it's basically like someone who. So it's a weird attempt to
I think that's what they
follow the Soviet Union.
It's just like pretend, like the people who are into communism. It's like just like they're not actually working on it. They're just like dress up like that, and they think that they.
No. What I mean is it's like a way to dehumanize. They made this entire like after 2014, they made this entire disinformation campaign basically to paint Ukrainian like revolution as a Nazi uprising. So they picked on several, and they successfully. This was kind of crazy. They successfully exported some of this propaganda abroad too. So like a lot of lefties in US think that because we have like a Nazi party somewhere, and we have like some like Azov battalion who partially are admitted to be like, some of them are Nazis or some shit.
I think the
all of a
liberals
sudden the government is a bunch of Nazis.
It's all not. No. This guy's on TV. The guy, the current prime minister. What do you think of him, by the way? He's like a comedian too.
Who?
The Zelensky. He's a
He's
comedian.
like what?
He's a comedian.
Yeah, he's a comedian. Yeah.
That's so sick.
Oh yeah. Also, that's kind of hilarious.
That is so funny.
He's like a puppet. He's like a leading. So, oh my god, I will tell you a story about this. This is so fucking funny. That, you know how so he's a comedian, and it's a tradition in Soviet Union that there used to be this like comedy so in the States and like in Canada, whatever, you guys have like stand up as a comedy format. So you get like alone and you tell a story, and you maybe some visual humor, whatever. In the Soviet Union, the tradition is and like post-Soviet Union, the tradition is a bit different. Most of the comedy is not really like stand-up format. It's more of a like sketch theater format. It's called like
it's like
club.
British does that too.
They have like a competition. They used to have and still have, I guess, like a competition.
Yeah.
I guess at the time of war, and like after, it's not gonna persist.
Yeah, that's classic. That's like classic medieval Europe too. They'd just come out like, I remember in medieval Europe they'd do this where like they'd come out dressed as the king and be like, I'm the king of France.
Yeah. That's basically what it is.
Human.
So there was a lot of fun. So basically, Zelensky is like, he was like a head of one of these in his youth. He was like and his comedy team, they won a bunch of this kind of like competition.
Yeah.
And competition is international in a way that like in post-Soviet Union, in Russia, there is a
they have a comedy thing over there, but you guys made your own in Ukraine?
No, not that. The international competition in this type of comedy used to be just Soviet Union wide, but now it's like post-Soviet countries. So basically, they won a bunch of awards in this in like modern Russia.
Yeah.
And recently, and then after this, in like
so Putin,
in
the
2000s,
Putin supporters.
in 2000s, basically, his team, he's like a lead in the team, but he's not. They're like 20 people working on this. They had this very, I guess still do this very popular like TV show that's basically the same format. It's like SNL, I guess.
Yeah. But wasn't he a
something like that?
like? There's one where he's a teacher, and it's basically you can just see like he's
Yeah.
just doing a bunch of rants as
So
his teacher. But that's
his
like another show.
SNL show is
Yeah.
very. They made like a TV studio out of it, right?
Right.
So this show was very political in its nature. They made fun of. This is why he's associated with politics, not just because he had this TV show where he plays like a president, but he doesn't play himself. He plays like a school teacher who becomes the
president. Yeah, that's
randomly,
so funny.
kind of. But he was associated with politics because his team, his studio was, and he's not even like the owner, I guess.
He's like one of the team members, but he just really killed it.
Yeah, he's one of the main ones, right?
Yeah.
They've been basically doing SNL style comedy about Ukrainian politics for years.
Wow, what a dream come true.
The entire Ukraine's modern Ukraine's history, like everyone knows this. It's called it translates to like 95th or 95th block, something like that. But you can write quartal 95.
Well, 95th block. Oh no, that's not coming up.
Quartal 95. Block is like quartal.
Let's see it.
No, that's not.
I know, right? That's why I wanted to show you. I was like,
right,
95th block. It's like
quartal 95. Right, quartal.
Quartal K.
Yeah. With K, just like a
cartel.
K. No, quartal. The Ukrainian word. I mean, V. Just add V. Yeah.
Kvartel.
Yeah. Zelensky. Here we go.
Boom, bing bang. Oh, this is him doing stand up.
Yeah, that's basically. But it's mostly.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
Is these skits on basically on this stage, right? So they would just come.
This is just like India.
I guess I don't know what they do in India.
These big sets, these
but
comedy shows.
They usually parody like the president and the prime minister, and they would come out as and they do that like they would speak like. We had this like the Yanukovych, the pro-Russian president. He had like a legacy of the one that was ousted.
Yeah.
He basically been to prison several times, something, and he didn't speak Ukrainian very well, and he sounded like
so drunk.
He sounded like drunk and stupid all the time, basically.
Oh,
like,
he was so drunky, that guy.
Did
you see Winter on Fire?
Me and my team, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He was like this.
Yeah.
He basically
useless.
gave this like brain numb vibes, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of thug. He was like thuggish, basically. And
yeah, I could see that. But he almost seemed like such a
help.
puppet of Putin. Like
Yeah,
Putin
he
told him
was,
what to
for
do, and he was
sure.
like, okay, Putin.
Yeah, he was for
said,
sure.
Listen, yeah.
That's just like Lukashenko, which is like a Belarus. So basically, whatever happens in Belarus has this dictator, basically at this point, like president for life. And Yanukovych would be that. If not for 2014.
What's his name? Bulashenko?
Who's?
Bulashenko, the guy from is it not Belarus?
Belarus?
Is it? Belarus?
I'm saying Belarus, which is a neighboring country.
Who's there? Who is it?
Lukashenko.
Lukashenko. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, they were, man. I can't believe. Have you ever seen Boris Yeltsin even in the 90s with Bill Clinton?
Oh yeah. The same.
He's drunk all the time. Like they're wasted. Those two are just.
I mean, very progressive. They kissed, so.
They kissed. They laughed.
They kissed. I like that.
They liked each other, man. They were like friends. Hold up. Let's see Boris Yeltsin.
Let's see him dance.
Oh, dancing. I like that. He's such a drunky boy. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I'm too young for this crap, but. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
I like him. He's so nice, dude.
I love this dude. I didn't think he actually like he.
He's
yeah,
a
he
nice guy.
wasn't like
Putin took it from him. I feel like he made
He
Putin the
prop-
prime minister, and then
yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
like,
he propped up, but actually the same. That's pretty interesting. So the thing these guys do, and it's that's gonna be kind of like anti-liberal rant,
yeah,
because they all got in power like democratically.
yeah,
But then all of it, as they took the same with Lukashenko and Putin, and actually even Yanukovych, he was voted in. Like Yanukovych was trying to rig an election in 2008, but then in 20, what is it like? Oh my God, am I conflicting something? Basically, this one time he was trying to rig an election, and then the other time he actually got in democratically. But
Right.
then as soon as they get in, they like trying to change the laws and amend the constitution and basically stay
dude.
president for life.
yeah. Putin
And the same
basically
way-
made himself president for prime minister for life, or prime minister,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He was a president at some point, and then so prime minister is basically in our countries it's not like in UK or whatever. Prime minister is more like a second place.
Right, right,
So
yeah,
like
yeah,
like a backup president, right?
So typical. Yeah, the Canada, we only
Um,
have that. We don't even have the first guy.
Yeah, so he was like a so the law it's pretty funny. There were memes in Russia at the time, I remember,
Yeah.
when the first time he wasn't, so you can only be a president 2 times in Russia in a row.
Right.
So what
Yeah.
he done is
America
he like
too.
switched but he switched in he put in his prime minister. They switched places for 4 years where he is still in control, and then they switched
Oh.
back, and now he's the president again.
Oh.
And the meme was that you can only in Russia you can only be a president 2 times in the row. So if not in the row, you can
2 times in a row.
Yeah,
Dude.
in a row, yeah. That was the
No, he killed it. And this guy's obviously like, I love him. You know, he's such a sweet guy. But I just saw a PBS documentary about Putin's rise, and he basically came in and took it over. And this guy's like,
yeah.
they were even telling Boris Yeltsin, like, this Putin guy that you put in charge, he's like pretty rough, eh? And Yeltsin's basically like, yeah, I don't know how to control him, dude. You do what you can
The
do.
same
Like,
with
he's
but he ran like his platform that is also was like anti-corruption and like uniting with the West, the Putin's platform at the time. But then he kind of basically there was this like wave of ethno-nationalism in Russia that he basically took advantage of, and people still support regarding like Ukraine. There's a good article about it, how Ukraine wasn't seen and still is not seen by many Russians by like an independent country, but more like a little brother, or like an offshoot, like a colony that we can either allow to exist or not allow to exist, or they should be a part of us, whatever we want in Russia. They think, and like Putin just played into that.
100%, man. I mean, they don't. I mean, he actually. I saw a great documentary. Have you ever heard of hyper normalization? It's a documentary by Adam Curtis, and he basically teaches in that documentary. It's an incredible documentary, but he basically talks about how Putin had this PR guy, and they sold this story to Russia that you need a strong man. Without a strong man like me, this whole thing's chaos. Like,
he
this
had
guy's
some like advertisement and like some advertiser previously who worked for.
Yeah, he had some wild guy. He put together the right documentaries,
some
the right
wild
brainwash.
Young guy.
Some crazy young guy some young conservative who's like,
he's probably not even he's like just like an advertisement guy who worked in the business, and then all of a sudden I think they just like they paid him a lot, and he just and he's very I seen like a shorter video about this. He's very like cynical. He doesn't care. Like he's basically like, oh, if I wasn't doing this, someone else would, and like
and it would be worse
if I wasn't helping Putin, like someone else would, and it would be even worse. And politics doesn't, like, all of the vote shit is not gonna work ever, whatever. He's like very black pill basically, right, about this.
No, it's too bad,
because
man.
most young people in Russia, I would dare to say most, actually. Maybe that's not maybe it's like half or something. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't about, but like a lot of young people are anti-government, anti-Putin. They're like maybe a bit more pro-Western. Like they get what's up. But all of the like old people who watch TV 24/7 buy into the narrative, you know.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Mostly.
they're done.
Like the entire middle class is oppositionary, but
Yeah.
um,
I wanted to
yeah.
show you this. Speaking of Putin, speaking of supporting Putin, this is some hot new propaganda coming out of India. This is one of my favorite. This is actually a big
Oh, my.
inspiration for our show. This guy Arnab Goswami, he's one of the big hitters in India, and he just does this rip on America basically, but just like saying like, hey, we're, you know, well, tell me what you think.
Okay.
Good evening and welcome. Joe Biden has become totally delusional. Delusional. He's become. The Saudi crown prince is refusing to take Biden's calls, and he has the temerity to say that India is being shaky. Biden is begging the Venezuelans to give him a little bit of extra oil, but he says that India is on shaky ground.
No, but this is real, dude. This is real.
This is not a priority, dude. Why did
No, this is real news.
that? This
guy
pause,
rips.
I know the tradition is there. I know that like every country has basically its own like media style. Like in Korea and Japan, they're like edit differently, and it's all very different.
Yeah.
And I guess in Eastern Europe, it's a bit different from how they do news in US or whatever. But this is he sounds so insecure, and he sounds so like scared. Like
He's India's Tucker Carlson. I think Tucker Carlson would go this far if he could, but you know, there's certain like this guy is
he going further than Tucker Carlson?
Oh yeah, dude. He stokes up like a lot of sectarian violence, like his debate show. So this is his debate show. His debate show, he has two teams, but here's the catch. He picks a team and then he opens the show with a monologue pro that team. And then he does an opening segment with visuals and everything pro that team. Then he does another monologue. Then he lets someone else from his team speak.
Wow.
And then he opens the debate.
So non-biased, so balanced.
Just doesn't care. But let's watch this.
America fled Afghanistan with their incompetence exhibited in frightening pictures of Afghans hanging onto the wheels of their transport aircraft. But he says, no, India is being shaky about Ukraine. This is his war. He started it. And he needs to take both the responsibility and accountability for it. America has absolutely no business attacking us anymore, when it is they who have provided the spark that's led to the bloodiest and most unending of all wars. America is a mess. It's a complete mess.
I guess
and we made it clear to the Americans that the only
if you look some Russian propaganda crap, like domestically what they show to people,
yeah,
he sounds a lot like that. They're very, because Americans try to hide behind this mask of objectivity and stuff. So I'm Tucker Carlson, and am I allowed to say that Americans are being oppressed by the black people and the real Americans, the middle America? Am I allowed to say that, or I will be canceled? Like he's trying to keep cool and be like stoic, but in the East we're just like Easter, I guess. Not as East.
He
India,
just tells me to shut up. He brings him on the show and he says, "You shut up!" Like he rips him. Yeah, it's crazy.
Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about.
It's wild, dude. Look how many people he has on the debate. Oh, wait, let's see.
It is of Uncle Sam, who is shaky.
Basically, because India is doing business with Russia, like they're like, I get the point. You know, the Americans are like, "Hey, we're sanctioning Russia," and it's
they
like,
might
"Do you
be
not
paid
buy
off.
that shit?"
They might be like straight up paid by like this media outlet specifically. They might be just paid by Russia or like directly. It's not just because. Is this like the position? I know
this is the conservative
India...
position right now. There's a Hindu nationalist government, and he loves the Hindu nationalist government.
So
usually, whatever they do,
they're
he
in
supports.
power.
Yeah, so they're in power.
Okay.
He's basically an Indian nationalist, Hindu nationalist, India, pro-India. So it's like if America comes out talking shit about India, I mean, America's kind of got a point. Like they're like, hey man, we're putting sanctions on them. Can you not buy the oil, dude? Like, come on.
Yeah.
And he's basically,
well, I guess you're not in lockdown like in I mean not you because you're in Canada, but Indians not Russian tourists, like all of the people who flee Russia right now because of the sanctions. Not great, not fun, don't have the best reputation.
No.
In like Eastern Europe, it's kind of a meme actually. If you go to Turkey, that like Russian tourists are not just like you would think it's the same, right? Ukrainians, Russian, whatever. No, the Russia is like the Russians are like the Americans of Europe, basically. Like they're not loud, obnoxious, but I guess even worse. And I'm not saying for all of the Russians, but like if like especially like older people or like more kind of nationalists and inclined people, they're like entitled.
Well, it's almost like
other countries own. They need to do stuff for us. Why don't you understand Russian? They would go to, dude. They would go to like Bulgaria.
That's so Indian.
Where it's they would go to Bulgaria and just expect people, because Bulgaria was part of the like Warsaw Pact or whatever, or like adjacent to Soviet Union.
Yeah, so they're like, why aren't you grateful and learn Russian?
Yeah, why aren't you? Yeah, basically and they have all of this like alternative facts, basically alternative history of how Russia is actually basically invented everything. Russia is the first to invent. Russia is invented.
Yeah, India does that too. India does that too.
Language and you're talking about this.
India does that too. They invented everything. Everyone has got that. But I guess it's like these top countries mentality. Like India, the Hindu nationalists of India, they do almost feel like we deserve to be number one again, and we're fighting to be number one again. So that lore is going to come with it. Russia has that mentality. America has that mentality.
Does India
China
have
also.
Does India have like a colonist, sorry, not colonist, but imperialist history? Did India, because I know that India used to be just a bunch of different like nations and people living, like it wasn't a nation state before the colonization.
You know what happened? It's like by the time the Muslims and the British came to India, India had already colonized itself with the caste system. So like Indian map, empire history. I feel like there's a map of this. See, this is it.
Okay.
And this is very scientific, I feel like, but it's it just shows you like what the empires were over the years. There's so many of these maps on YouTube. They're so good. But yeah, due to extreme time scales, the Indus Valley Vedic period. Okay, cool. Whatever. Just go on. Yeah, Gandhara. Wow, they're going back to 1400s.
Okay, you need to speed this up because it's long.
Yeah, it's long. Kosha. The empires are coming though.
Okay.
Like eventually these will all become one. Let's hurry it up, guys. Come on.
So they basically like
attack each other.
So what is the past the conservatives in India like perceive as like the good old great times of India? What's the timeline?
They want like a Gupta empire, which is coming. Like they want like
so it is the empire. Okay.
It is like Maurya.
Okay. So you had several ones in the history.
Yeah, because, and then they basically got too rich, and then other people came and took it. Like the Muslims came and they kind of came all the way in, the Mughals, I think. But but this is like the fight. This is more of a fighting period. And then we had Kushan Empire. Gupta Empire is hot. Gupta Empire is the last hot one. And they expand. So there's been several break apart, like chaos.
I mean,
like,
catch a name. Like I would name my empire Gupta Empire.
Gupta Empire. They're still around. And they still got a very Gupta mentality. Did they take the market? You know what I'm saying? Very hard business people.
Oh, like the Gupta clan?
Jeez. The Guptas, they're still alive. Yeah. And right now, even I'm Patel, and Patel in India right now, we're having like a beef with the this other group. Not the Khatris.
Wait, how does it? Do you have to be like directly related to the original like Patels or the original Guptas to be considered the Gupta, or is this just like a original thing?
Yeah, it's pretty strict. See, now the Mughal Empire comes in here. See, this is where 1577 Mughal Empire takes over. So these Hindus, they're pissed about this. That's part of his thing on this Arnab Goswami guy. He's mostly like Hindu nationalist, but like they feel like this is when we were good before the Muslims came in. So he pushes a lot of like that kind of.
This is pretty funny though, to be honest. Like it's been like 500 years, dude. Like let it go.
Yeah, and dude, the Brits took over. They love the Brits. They usually love the Brits. Like my family, they hate.
No way, dude.
So you know what? I have a family friend who's here in Canada. He
Right.
owns and operates a water treatment plant in Canada. Like he runs the whole water treatment plant. I don't know.
Mhm.
Did we skip over the British? Where's the British? I thought the British were there in 1700. Maratha Empire. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably about when turns red or something.
Oh, British East India Company. There we go. There we
Okay,
go.
okay.
Now they're
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, it's all red. It's just
There we
like,
go. 1800, all the way 1800s.
it's divided in pieces.
Oh, and then Sikh Empire is still there. Yeah, they fought. The Sikhs were the last ones to keep
Oh, like
fighting them
briefly,
off.
some green stuff. Briefly, like
Look
a
at
second
these
ago.
European factories. Weird. Yeah, British
Mm.
Raj. But
Yeah,
basically,
the
like,
dark times probably.
yeah, yeah. That's when they got it good at, maybe. Or no, maybe that's where they got it. Yeah, they don't have it as much, maybe. I don't know. Rajputana Agency, Kalat, CIA. Interesting. But like this, they actually don't mind the British. Do you know a lot of Indian people are like, we'd be better if the British were still there. A lot of people, and even in my family, dude, this guy runs a water treatment plant. He's like a in our family who runs a water treatment plant in Canada. And I was talking about British Empire, and he goes, Amish, without British, India don't know management.
Mm.
How can they
think
do management?
They think they would be like Australia or some shit.
But they
you
hate
know? They would be
Muslims.
just-
They think the Muslims did all
it's
the
so
damage.
weird, dude.
It's so weird. It's like they were there before.
So
And there's a
weird.
lot of people that argue against it. They're like, at least they came and mixed into the culture and were part of the culture. The Brits were like, they came, ruled everyone, and just left. They didn't really mix in. You know what I mean?
Not even left. Like that, you had to like fight for them to leave, right? It was
Yeah.
a violent.
And then as
Violent
they
wars
left,
and conflict.
they created this. This was actually very
Yeah.
violent. And this is all just made by British, like, honestly, poor planning. It's like 70% poor planning on the British, but 30% like malicious planning to just be like,
Mm,
let them fight each other because otherwise they'll get together and come after us, kind of thing.
yeah.
Like even when during
Yeah,
World War
instead
II,
of-
when,
Instead
Yep.
of doing like a joint, because I know it's based just solely on the religion, like this border basically, like those
Yeah.
cities are more Muslim, but it doesn't mean that it's like dividing the Germany into East and West Germany, or how they divided the Korea into two Koreas. Like families still like
yeah,
now
that
in love each
sucks.
other. Like it's weird, and the entire identity now is like one against the other. It's very weird.
I don't know enough about North Korean, South Korean, but that actually seems like maybe a just war. I don't know, just because of what a psycho the guy is today. Like I don't know how to blame that on the Americans.
Oh, I didn't know enough about war, but I know that all of the North Korea bad like shit is kind of overblown a little,
Right.
in the West, because basically before North Korea came to be, and the conflict and everything, like they've been under the Japanese empire, and they've been genocided like a lot. So it's actually whatever they have now in North Korea is considered like an upgrade over the rule of Japan, the fascist Japan at the time.
Wow. So Japan was
Um,
like really dominating them. That's
yeah, they were like killing people like crazy. So they just glad to be basically left alone,
Right.
and they have like nukes or whatever, so no one touches them, and they basically have all of their infrastructure and everything. Like they basically buy everything from China because China doesn't want to be too close to, it's like a proxy state.
Yeah, I think
to
China is
the-
friends with them. No, didn't China install that guy or like help that guy get the power there? Or?
Well, they support him basically.
Yeah, they
like,
support
at
him.
least
That's what I've always
financially.
thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's like a dynasty thing. But
Yeah.
the thing is, South Korea is very influenced by the US. It's basically like a US proxy state too, because
Kind of like Japan.
especially
Japan is
their
like that too.
military. Yeah, Japan
They're
been,
so
been
American.
for years. Well, because they demolish. That's pretty weird, actually. If you, it's kind of racist to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of like pimpish. It's like they dropped 2 nukes and then Japan was like, okay, we love you. Like that's it.
No, with
It's 2
Japan,
nukes.
there is a good video. Like it's basically a documentary at this point. It's like by YouTuber Sean about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings. But the gist of this video is that like, yes, nukes were used, and it's like awful, and a lot of people died. But besides, like for Japanese, the actual the actual end of the war was negotiated not because of nukes, because Japanese fascist government at the time didn't care at all about how many people die.
Wow.
And also in all of the traditional warfare and all of the traditional bombs, they killed like more people by a magnitude than nukes. It just was over the span of like months
Right.
and weeks.
And also the fire
versus
bombings.
nukes is one day.
Nukes is one day, yeah. But also fire bombings were worse too, that I heard, than the nukes. The nukes were almost you
like
just die.
millions
The
of
fire
people.
bombings are they're so bad.
Like regular bombings are millions of people versus nukes it was like hundreds of thousands of people in, if I'm not mistaken, no,
in like 10
we need
minutes.
to like fact just in like overnight basically. This is what they done, but it was mostly but if you look at American documents about this, they basically done that to scare them or some shit. They wanted to try out. It was very clear that like it wasn't necessary at all, and they just wanted to try out nukes because no one else in the world had nukes at the time. And pretty closely after
that's
Russia
so
got nukes
crazy
because of the spies.
You know what's required viewing right now, actually? Have you ever seen Dr. Strangelove?
No, but I've seen Doctor Strange.
Dude, Dr. Strangelove. It's called Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Dude, you'd love it. You'd love this movie. It's basically like a war propaganda. It's like a joke movie about war propaganda.
Oh, okay.
This guy plays 3 characters. This was
Now
such a silly
now
movie.
that I know that Simpsons did it, I will watch it.
Yeah. Simpsons totally took a lot from this. And James Earl Jones is in it. So many big actors. But if you look at this guy, oh my God, this guy also plays General Patton. Oh, I can't click on the link. There's so much. There's
Homer
just so much
rides the
silly
bomb.
stuff. What's that?
Homer rides the bomb on your sidebar.
This is Peter Sellers. Yeah, let's see that one. Where is it? It's
On the
showing me.
previous page. Yeah, that's hilarious. YouTube always does. Yeah, always does that. Yeah, that's the episode where the Homer. They think they're gonna get nuked.
How now, round bureaucrats?
Classic, dude.
Hey, see the sign?
Don't ride the bomb.
Do not rat
Okay.
bomb.
Yeah, they think they're gonna
Yeah,
get nuked.
Okay, I got it. Let's do this one. You know what? I made this whole episode's topic about this, and I haven't talked about it yet. So we got to talk about this. This is California.
I'll help you.
Thanks, man. This is Governor Newsom. And he must repent, dude. They have basically a mystery tax in California. Nobody knows nobody knows where this money's going. So every time you pump gas in California, 30 to 80 cents are going, and like nobody knows, even in the government, nobody knows. And it's like and it's been going on since 2014. Every year it's $20 billion. So now Newsom is basically like, I'm sorry, and he's just going to give everyone $400. They can't figure out where the money's going. It's insane.
Out of those sky-high gas prices, the national average now $4.24 a gallon, down from a record high earlier this month, but there's no guarantee that drop will last. Matt Gutman is in California, which has some of the highest prices in the country. And Matt, the governor now looking to give drivers some relief.
And that's because, there has been no drop in gas prices here. Take a look at that board, $6.78 a gallon. And that's not unusual here in LA County, where the gas price is averaging over $6 a gallallon, $5.88 statewide, the highest in the nation. That's why Governor Newsom, who is up for re-election this year, is offering that $400 per registered vehicle, $800 per family, per family. He's also trying to
it's like so corrupt, because it's like someone paid this guy off to charge the tax, and then instead of just calling them, he's like, "Oh, I'll just give you $400." He's giving every car $400.
At least like they give everyone the money. Like it's kind of a unique way. Like I feel like if this happened in any, I mean, not in any, but in a lot of other countries or even other states in US, they would just be like, they would just deny it. And
at least
and that's it. Like
this guy's like, listen. This guy's like, listen, I got paid off. Let me pay you off. You know what I'm saying? Let you get a cut.
Hey, that's pretty cool. For $100.
That is nice, but also, do you not feel like California is like fail? Do you like? I thought it was like conservative propaganda, but now I'm just like, I think California is actually a failed state now. How is there a secret tax, dude? They're just calling it a mystery tax.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure. Again, I'm sure there. I've heard actually that in some other state, like they do this crap whenever the government in US, because of the of the type of taxes they collect. If the state doesn't have enough like state revenue, they sometimes they do this in Texas, I think, and in other, basically where there is no state income tax, they do a bunch of different scams to get some extra revenue with like the laws. I heard it's either in Texas or some other state. They do this thing where they will make your driving license randomly expired, basically, but they will not notify you. They will not send you a mail, email, whatever. They will just not notify you, and then you get randomly stopped.
Yeah.
And they say, "Oh, your driving license is expired. So basically, here's a five. I don't know. You're driving without a valid driving license.
Yeah. So here's like
Here's
$500.
$1,000.
They're just
I think it's up to like $15,000 fine or some shit like that.
wow. And they just see who they can get the money out of.
Yeah, and
That's
they
so
just, I
funny.
mean, they just get the money because, I mean, I didn't know I have to drive because I need this for work, whatever. But all of this is so all of this gas price
Propaganda. This is like a classic news segment. Like some of these I click on by mistake and I'm like, oh, this is 9 years ago. So like 9 years ago, this
they had
it
the
just
same
happens
problem.
in cycles.
Every like 10 years, this happens in America specifically, but also they never do this. Conservatives never do this with like the raise of cost of living, the raise of rent. They're always like, oh, you're lazy, just pay more in rent. They never do this with raise of medical care, how it's more expensive, maybe stagnating salaries, anything like that. Like they didn't care about this. But
Anything else,
gas,
they're like,
all
don't
of
be
a
lazy.
sudden, we need to.
Yeah,
and
but
also
they're like, gas is the
it's-
lubrication for society.
I
Without
guess
gas,
it's very funny to me because I don't drive, like
Yeah.
I don't have a car, so
I got rid of my car.
and America is very so all of this suburbia, all of this like car centric crap was peddled in the 50s.
Yeah, I saw a
Um,
great documentary
there-
about that. Suburbatrolia, something like that.
There are documentaries that not just bikes talks about this, how he's very good, how he moved from Canada to Netherlands. One
Oh,
of the reasons
yeah.
is like his nice Canadian suburb is actually like it's dog shit compared to like any town in Europe, basically, because you have to drive 20 minutes to get any groceries, which is, even to me in Ukraine, which is like, Ukraine is not the best.
Wow, dude.
but
Even while there's bombings,
even to
you're
me-
like, I can still get groceries here.
not just actually, yeah.
Like
dude,
even
that's
under
the
attack from
thing.
Russia, you're like, we still get.
Yeah, I have a store. I have like several stores under my. So one is directly under my, or
Right.
like the next apartment building, and
Right.
Several others are just like walking distance away.
Ridiculous.
And because like mixed neighbor, it's basically an
Yeah.
American extremist idea of it has a racist
Extremist.
history too. Yeah, extremist in a way that it's like extreme to
Oh, like
it's-
extreme
it's-
materialism, consumerism. Like get in your
no,
car, drive
not
to
even
one
that.
place.
It's extreme idea of, you know how yeah, it's extreme zoning laws, basically, that
Right.
it's not just it's not just a subtle like don't have a loud bar next to the neighborhood where people live. It's more like don't have any businesses anywhere near like any of the
Yeah,
of
we
the
need a
neighborhood
flow
where
of
people
economy.
live.
They want like a flow of economy. This is the area where they have the
Yeah,
shops.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
the area. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was actually really good in that documentary.
It's extremist to have like separate areas where you do business, separate areas where you live, and because then every day people have to go from one area to the other more than they would.
Right. Whereas
normally,
Europe, you
do.
just set up your cities. Like there's that guy
Yeah.
who talks about. Remember, have you ever seen that futurist who's like, in the future, the city should have the town center in the middle. Everything's walking distance. The hand water goes into the toilet.
Oh wait, like Jacque Fresco or something.
Jacque Fresco. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I feel like he's basically like invented leftism on his own by being But I don't think this directly will, like, their plan to have this future is basically like make a prototype city somehow from the
This is
naked money.
incredible. He has all these
Um,
banger ideas. Like, I don't know
and
how you're
have
gonna pull
these-
this off, but like, look at these
Yeah,
houses.
yeah.
Like, they're like these.
He
This is so
completely
futuristic. I
ignores-
love him.
He completely ignores the politics, basically. Like, that's his problem. He completely ignores all
Yeah.
of the businesses that don't want this future. Like, his future is basically like techno-communism. Like, there are no money. I read his book actually a while back too. He is
Wow.
anti-capitalist, but he's like he's old enough to be also like
Anti-communist?
anti-communist. He says like he's like I'm not. It's not communism. It's a system. The Venus Project is like a system that's very different from everything you ever seen, and it's all based around this like technological. Basically, he says that every solution that can be made by like automatically should be made automatically.
Yeah, of course. No, I mean,
which is-
it is
which
brilliant.
has its problems, but yeah, some of the ideas are pretty.
He is so he's so cool.
He's an
man. I love this guy.
engineer.
He's an engineer. Yeah.
He's an
See,
engineer.
like but look, he's even covering this
Scientific
stuff.
approach to solving each particular problem. So what's wrong
Like
with
even
that?
war stuff.
Jacque Fresco was radical in his
Yeah.
reasoning. He understood that the problem he was trying to combat, war, poverty, and corruption, could not be solved in half measures. To eradicate them, he said, it
I
was
love that.
necessary to abolish
That's right.
borders, money, and politicians, and to
Wow.
recognize natural resources as the common heritage of humanity. After all, there will be enough resources for everyone, especially if we stop making things and equipment disposable. And it already looks like a utopia. But
Yeah,
even
it's like-
Fresco
it's
himself
like some
had always
tech-
said that he does not
tech anarchism, I guess. He says
Yeah.
he wants to abolish politicians. So that's the one thing that's like unclear and vague kind of in his book. Like, there will like solutions to problems will be made by these like experts and machines and computer. But like, who's gonna control the computers? How are they gonna be built? Whatever. But for other things, he has like a clear vision that like, okay, the cities, and he's actually it's pretty funny because he hates the suburbia too. Like he doesn't.
This is his
he-
idea. His idea is like this. Everything's
his
like
idea-
easy transport. Like everything's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a 5-minute walk and a bus away.
When I was reading his book, I didn't quite. So I even read it in like translation to Ukrainian, I think, or like Russian, I guess, because I didn't know English that much at the time. I was like 16 or something. But he was like, we need to just the cities we have now useless. We need to just destroy them, like bulldoze them, and rebuild these new cool cities from the material we can harvest. And I was like, I mean, really? Like the cities are fine. Like I don't get it. But then now I know that he was talking about American cities, and American cities are a lot more useless and less like you can't walk.
Yeah, Europe's
anywhere.
halfway there. Europe's like
Europe is
is working on it. Yeah. Whereas America,
this
they
cool-
just
there's this
won't
cool
do
video
stuff like this.
on Superblocks by Adam something. It's very good. Basically about fuck you, Elon Musk. You can't. You're not in the future. Get out of here.
Well, the electric car.
The car is not in the future. The car is a mistake. Like
he's
any
just-
car,
he-
electric
he's-
car is just.
He's just stock image. They just use him as
there's
stock
nothing.
footage.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
knows-
I know,
Who
I know.
knows
I
what
see,
that
I
was?
see. As future.
Wow, look
But
at the
he-
printing houses. This
Yeah,
is so
he
sick.
talked about like printing houses before it was even like a thing.
That's amazing.
Um,
Yeah, he's right. You could just do the extruder. Wow.
Yeah,
He
then
thought
you-
of everything though. Honestly, he's so tight. This guy. I
Yeah,
love
he
him.
has a lot of just like straight up engineering ideas about a bunch of stuff.
I'm always
um,
shocked by how thought out he is. Like, I'm always like, oh, this is just some crazy theories, whatever. And then you go and he's like, no, you do the science on it. Like, he's so
Yeah,
reasonable
yeah,
and he
yeah.
makes the politicians and stuff look so dumb because they just won't figure shit out. And then if you act like, they'll just say, well, it's too hard because of this. And he's like, well, I've created a solution for that. If we make the incentives such that they won't want to do this, then they will naturally see that they want to move forward with the progress of humanity. I get
Yeah, that's mostly, I guess. So again, like the path to his idea though, like his path to this future is basically again like a prototype city where people would just want to, and then you just see you use this city as like an example of, hey, we can do this basically, and everyone just like goes along with it. But
Sick.
like it's kind of clear that at this point, not like there is no I don't know. There is no
I
even
love this.
enough incentive to like make one. It's like too expensive to even do a prototype city.
You think so, eh?
In this style. Well, okay, it's not too. It's possible in theory, but what they do is like they collect donations and they somehow want to do this out. Like it's not.
Yeah, you need to get millionaires on
Donations
board.
don't work, right? Well, but he's not gonna, right? Because he's all about abolishing not just capitalism. He calls it abolishing money, basically. He wants everyone to get everything as a gift economy, which is a valid thing. But yeah, like with no.
Well, this is the issue, bro.
There.
This is the issue. This is why the Americans won't let it. It's almost like when someone.
Yeah.
It's like the first time someone came out with these like electric cars, like those old documentaries where
they were trying to silence
and then someone kills them
to
and
cancel electric car.
Yeah. Who canceled the electric car or whatever? Yeah, there's like a documentary. But no, I like this kind of futuristic thinking. We need this. We need this love.
I hate the car. Like cars shouldn't be like this. Rather is this is crap. Like cars shouldn't be a thing.
You're an anti-carist. You're saying
I'm
no
anti-car.
cars.
Maybe I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would buy like a. Briefly, I wanted a car, but then I realized like.
I think I know what you want.
I guess sometimes you like. I'm not gonna blame you. It's not a personal responsibility type of issue, right? So in some scenarios, it's just the way or like the only way to get around, especially in
right.
In I want to say in North America, yeah.
Well, you want these kind of trolleys you would be okay with.
Yeah, I guess I would be okay with like trains everywhere and buses sometimes.
Yeah.
And just like bicycle lanes and like PEVs, personal electric vehicles.
It's like just wait, dude. You'll get there.
No, it's more about the incentive. If you build more infrastructure, if you build reliable and like incredible transportation for public transportation, people will just like in Japan, they just use it. Like Japan has a crazy car.
If it's better, we'll use it.
They love cars in Japan.
No, have you heard of the book?
Culture, but they all take trams. They just all get around on public transportation because it's just very good there.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of that book where in California they had this incredible transportation system and then the car companies got together and just like dismantled it?
Yeah.
What was that book again? It was like a whole
I don't know about the book, but I know the story. LA had one of the best public transportation. Basically, before cars, everyone used to just like walking and taking a tram
was normal.
Oh, my camera is.
Your video cut out.
Shut enough.
It'll come back.
Wait.
It's all bars, bro. Your bars.
Oh no, dude!
What happened? That was on your end? Oh, your battery died.
Left. Yeah, my battery died. That's
okay. Cool.
That's no.
That's like fine, man. Yo, you want to do it together? You want to rip one tomorrow? I mean, tomorrow I'll be back too. I just got to get this. I'm gonna have to do the Gavin Newsom one tomorrow, everyone. Or I might jump on later today to do this Gavin Newsom rip, because this is ridiculous. This mystery tax.
Have we been talking for a long time?
It's been an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. Fucking maybe my stupid ass camera. I need like.
Of course the battery's gonna die, dude. Battery's gonna rip at some point. Dude,
it's like hot. It's hot as fuck.
Oh, it's hot, eh? Nice. Dude, what is this guy working on? I love this. Jacque Fresco. Please tell me he's still alive.
He died like in 2019 or 2020 or something.
Oh, that's so sad, dude.
He died at the age of 99.
99?
Yeah.
Wow, of course he rips, dude. He killed it.
Yeah, he lived through, and he talks about this in his book. He lived through the Great Depression. Basically, this is why he most of his like anti-capitalist or like anti-money revelations, as he call it,
I guess he's seeing like the detriment of that, of everyone being so selfish.
He's seen that by living through the Great Depression in America.
Yeah,
and after that he became an engineer, and just was thinking for this vision for the future, which is again, it's not perfect, and there are some criticisms. But
it's not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but dude, he's willing to work with you. He's willing to learn. He's willing to like have solutions. You know, he almost reminds me of Thich Nhat Hanh, who's like a Buddhist peace activist. Never gets mad, you know, like always just working on what's the solution? What's the solution? What's the solution? No like unnecessary rage or anger or like this guy's stupid and do it like me. It's just like, well, the politicians are, you know, there's a lot of corruption and we have to work on that. And so what we do is we just change the system so that there's no chance and then there's no money. You can't be corruption. There you go. Like he just always has like a positive solution, never judgmental.
Yeah, in the beginning of his book, he's literally, that's very interesting because he basically like which is then after learning like spending like 5 years learning philosophy in the university, I kind of realized that, oh yeah, in this book he actually even establishes like a moral moral system.
Yeah,
too.
you have
like,
to.
it's not just like about engineering or he touches on a lot of stuff, and he basically establishes what is good and what is bad, basically, like things that I want to not in like a religious way, but in very, again, like very
it's very secular, very like
secular way. He's like I don't quite remember, but he's basically comes through like which is how would that even qualify? I don't know, basically through some simple like how people want to live and how people don't want to live, and they how like not even on average, but just what things leads to what like quality of life improvement and happiness, and also like he places like an emphasis on like community. And that's what like the good is in the world, I guess.
What a great guy, dude. I love him.
Cool.
Jacque Fresco. I might review another documentary. I hate when they rip him too. Gaia has a couple of documentaries with him, but then also other people that are like, we should have a sense of morality that goes beyond just who made more money and a sense of measuring ourselves and each other.
Is there any good like criticism of him? Because I actually never heard. Maybe there is like, I guess the one that I made, that he kind of ignores actual politics,
like political, like how we're gonna get it done.
He basically just ignores that. He's like, no, we're just gonna do a test city somehow, and people just gonna. He's like skips over it because he doesn't like politics. That's the only. Like on Wikipedia there isn't much. Or like, oh, that's like utopian. That's another criticism. Like, oh, this can never get done. Or like,
I'm not seeing anyone legitimately.
I just never see. He's not that popular too. I don't know. Maybe.
Have you ever? Have you ever heard of like cycles of spiral dynamics? Have you ever heard of spiral dynamics?
No, what's that?
So I'll show you.
It's a book I see.
It's so what these guys teach is there's like these different levels of society. So do you see this? I don't even know if this is like the official one, but they basically say that there's different levels of society that we go through as a culture. And there's like they kind of talk about like feudal, like there's like dictatorships, then a step up, there's like democratic or whatever, then the step up, there's like there's capitalism or whatever. Then it does like I think on turquoise it's like collective minded and green, totally green, and then it goes like it's just like different levels or whatever. But one of the things they even teach in meditation, where it's basically like if you're not at his level, like he's basically up here and we're all at green or orange. I think we as a society are at orange and he's at turquoise, and most of us we see what he's saying and we're just like, I just don't see it. Like most people, I mean, you and I see it because we're obviously advanced people. We're advanced.
Oh yeah, I just realized. Yeah, he's also very like, he is kind of like a Buddhist in a way. Like his main thing
he's so Buddhist.
His main thing is this like, how is this like nature versus nurture thing? He's basically on the nurture entirely. He's like anti-human nature as a concept. Like he basically says that like there is no such thing, which is I kind of agree mostly with this
Dude.
to like that it doesn't, if you were born in if you lived as a criminal, like if you were born into that family
No,
and
100%,
lived
man.
through these experiences, you would do the same thing. There is no point of getting mad at someone else. This
Yep.
is very like Eastern in a way, but again, I feel like he never read all of this crap. He just like kind of
He understood it. Yeah.
he basically
Innately.
came to the conclusion himself also through his experience. He just realized that, oh, but if I like, and he talks about this too. He in his interviews he were like he was like, yeah, I lived in New York. He lived
Right.
in New York, and all of these like different immigrants, they were so similar. The children of like
Of course.
some like Arab was talking just the same way, but then I realized that it's not because of genes or anything like that. It's just because they all grew up like that, and they like he says like, but they if they like the cases where they separated from the parents, they talk completely differently, and he was given. He was like, I never heard. I was asking this from my like Chinese friends or something like that. Did they ever have, because China has like a long history that is like recorded. Did anyone ever was born with the ability to speak Chinese? Because then it doesn't make any sense that basically there is human nature, but somehow we can't inherently know the language, which is like the most useful thing.
Yeah, no, there's
in
no
society,
way.
Right?
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't make any sense.
have you ever heard of inner family systems? It's like a new therapy, but I basically think it's Buddhism. It's like so Buddhist, but it's like a new therapy that's kind of getting popular right now. But they basically say that the self, your true personality, your true nature, and they teach us in meditation too, it's like calmness, curiosity, compassion, connectedness, confidence, creativity, courage, clarity. This is their, and I think this is true for him too, and it's true for like Buddhist teachings, loving kindness, 100%. It's basically like your job is to get back to your true nature,
Nice.
which is like these like 7 positive things, like creativity, confidence, courage. It's all part of it, and like connectedness, meaning like there's a sense of community, compassionate.
Yeah,
like
I love
is
this.
for
This
true
is
human
very
nature.
good, very good virtues to live by for sure.
So basically these guys teach that this is your core self, and then everything else is like different parts of your psyche trying to, like everything else is a mistake. And they even teach us in spiral dynamics, basically the lower you are on this, the more traumatized you are, and basically your traumas are creating an illusion out of your life. And so that's why I think like, yeah, he's on that turquoise level, and most of us, especially like military people, like very conservative, like, you know, people that are worried about climate change, like climate change isn't real, but if we worry about that, it's like that's like more advanced thinking. They just don't see it. You show them evidence, whatever, they just see it, they go,
Yeah, it's not like
doesn't make
it's
sense
not
to me.
that they are incapable. It's more like they are preoccupied with all of this other things, all
This
of this
negativity.
drama, right? All of this negativity.
Yeah, man.
So they that's pretty interesting. Yeah, because this checks out pretty well actually.
Right? Everyone I tell
with-
people about, when I tell people about this, they're like, yeah, I 100% get it. Let's see what the
Yeah,
audience is saying. Audience is gonna be like, yo, I'm going too spiritual now.
I like it because I don't
Yeah.
usually like all the I'm very like cynical atheist type but
Same. And it's a Western materialist paradigm that we're born in, where it says like you can believe in one God, but then they only give you the other option of like there's either one God or there's no God. Like just be atheist or you're kind of stupid.
yeah
This is like a different mentality. It's like a mentality of like our life energy. It's kind of like Taoism. Taoism believes in it. Zen, Buddhist, half of Hinduism, really. Like half of Hinduism just believes in whatever Christ consciousness.
Yeah, the idea of like a god. It's pretty interesting that in it's not all literal, right? In the religion, it's not all just a god or anything. It's not like a sci-fi movie where it actually happens. It's more like spirituality. It is like a bit different.
Well, they call it non-duality.
And Dao is like
This philosophy is in line with like non-duality. This one is too, but also this is like non-duality. It's basically like basically what they teach is that this whole life is like some kind of a simulation, and we're trying to figure it out by being more and more based in like loving each other, being cooperative,
being
creative,
more and more
collaborative.
based.
Being more and more what? Based? Yeah.
yeah, just being more and more based, and you just figure it out. You just like you have based thoughts, and
Yeah.
that's it.
You empty the mind, and the Tao flows in you, and you're just naturally like creative.
I do
energetic.
hate this whole like simulation theory bullshit though. Like this
don't like
this
No,
entire
I don't think it's a simulation. From people are saying that like the whole thing is a simulation. Like these guys are saying that it's a simulation where the rules of the game are moving up, but you don't have to call it a simulation. It's like this is just positive psychology too. It's pretty scientific. Like it's actually good for you to be to expect the best from people, and like to be more collaborative than to be fighting with people all the time or looking for ways that they're trying to attack me. And I feel like that's where someone like Jacque Fresco, they almost look at him like, what are you,
trauma,
a hippie? Like
this trauma explanation is very useful, because most people who think, I guess, like reactionary conservative and like, you do feel that in their history, and you can like psychoanalyze that most of the time even, and how like unhappy they are,
man.
Based on their everything like that, on their history. Oh, we get some likes. People are not dropping out. That's good.
Yeah, that's good, man. But yo, I gotta run. I'm gonna come back in a couple hours maybe and do the thing again. But tomorrow, sorry, dude, I'll just send you a time and a link earlier in the day, so it's like easier for you to plan your day.
I had to watch a bunch of expecting like where am I gonna come in?
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I'll just let you know the exact time. So, thanks, man. Thanks for coming, though. Appreciate it. And thanks everyone for watching. Gyanchor is here. Please, Morton. Gorguruga, Bolt, Mark, Mac 23806, Natasha Razor. They do fees and taxes in California. Android user, Florida. Gorguruga, that dude looked like he greased his hair with $5 worth of oil. Wait.
Me?
Better not be. Or he's gonna be in a timeout. Please, Morton, Japan is never going to be like the US in any way except to keep the young poor. But they actually take care of each other. It's such a different way of living, to be honest. Yeah, Japan has this mentality. Like Japan, honestly, I think that it's built in. It's called Shintoism a little bit, and they kind of like believe in working with the environment and working with the culture a little more. And you see it in Miyazaki movies. He really believes in it, and he kind of teaches it.
Yeah. Well, they have a different like their traditionalism is different from Western traditionalism, because American, it's all this Christian Protestant work hard mentality, and virtues in like working hard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Other cultures are just different. They just not gonna like not gonna recognize that. And I do use hair product. My hair looks looks impeccable, and
it looks great. And,
I do like grease it up with an actual hair product.
Why not, dude? Grease it up, dude. If I had hair, I'd grease it.
I'm a greaser for sure. I like that greasy look.
Yeah, you do have that. You can pull it off. You have the hair for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm just going to plug my meditation show real quick. I'm going to figure out the exact time for this on Sunday, but I'm still doing my guided meditations on Sunday. Like I said, Ed's graphics all over. We drive by the digital ashram, but mostly we go on a journey into your heart. So we get on the bus, we go in and we shrink down, we go into the heart, and we just check it out for like any kind of love blockers. We want to go into the source energy, but then we want to look at physically, like, if there's any love blockers, and we try to heal that through the loving kindness meditation. That's what it does, and then it just gives you a full recharge of the Tao energy. So check it out. Yeah, it's every Sunday. I got to figure out a time for this Sunday, but it's every Sunday. I think you guys are gonna have a great time. Ed Lachinsky's probably gonna be back tomorrow. Thanks again for coming. Real quick, all of these. Let's do all the comments real quickly. And then my mom made me food downstairs. It's so, oh my God, I didn't eat yet. 4 o'clock.
Yeah, me too, dude. It's
sick.
Actually, I only had dinner at 1 a.m. or some crap.
Right.
PM. Yeah, not 1 a.m. At 1 p.m. and now it's we use like military time here.
Oh yeah? Damn,
yeah,
dude, that's so sad. I'm
mostly,
sorry.
Why?
I can't
It's-
believe
it's
I
the
can't believe
best,
these
dude.
Russians are doing this to you. Or was it before the Russians attacked?
What do you mean Russians are doing military time?
I thought no, because can you imagine like
No.
like the first
Just
bomb
in
drops and you're
Europe,
like,
they use-
okay, switch to military.
Just because you call it military, it's just like for a 24-hour time.
Yeah, it's just 24-hour time. Yeah.
It's the best. I mean, it's more clear to use it.
It
So
actually
it's
is more
10
efficient.
it's 10 p.m. right now. 10 something, 10:30 p.m.
Honestly, I can't keep
Um,
track of 12. If you just said 12, I'd have to be like, wait, PM, AM. Then I have to be like, wait,
Yeah.
in the daytime or at nighttime?
That's
Like,
the
even if you
same
tell
for
me PM, AM,
but-
I might show up at the wrong 12. I don't
The-
know. You got to say 12 at night or say 12 in the afternoon, in the noon.
Yeah, it's so
12 is
confusing.
confusing.
And this is why I love the 24-hour time, because yeah, it's just like it's 22, 30, 36.
Yeah.
And last time I was eating at like 13 13th hour. Like that's what was happening. And I gotta go eat dinner too. So
Yeah, man.
Wouldn't
Same, dude.
die.
I'm going to go eat and I might just come back in a couple hours, but definitely tomorrow. Let's rip it. I'll just confirm a time with you. So it's easy. So yeah, you're not like waiting.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's
Thanks for
watch
coming.
like
I appreciate it.
some like funny clip or something.
Yeah, we should find some. Okay, cool. We'll find. We'll do something just silly for tomorrow. We could do another
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson, but yeah, we could do some silly clip tomorrow.
Yeah, we need to do like some.
It's Friday. Let's keep it
Can we
silly.
watch the one where he cries or something? Is this
Honestly,
is this
let's
too
get
bad?
that low-hanging fruit. You're right. Let's get the Jordan Peterson
Yeah.
crying and start there, or the Jordan Peterson saying that women are coming into work
Oh my
dressed up
God, I
like
wanna take a look.
whores with all the lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you know
then,
what?
But then
That's where the hits are.
Yeah, but then he kind of denies it or whatever. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying something else
Yeah.
about the Western civilization. And
Yeah, no, we're gonna rip them. Let's rip. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's do a Peterson rip tomorrow. Yeah, just to get all these
cool. Cool.
Peterson idiots riled up. Get them all riled up. I don't care. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming, everyone. You are loved. God is great. Keep supporting the digital ashram. Keep supporting the drip, rip and dip, and that's it. You know what? I'm gonna officially hit the end stream. Boom, end stream. Wow.